All right, the short break's over. We've made it now here to the top 16 of the 2023 G-Shock Presents Formula Drift Japan Round 3 here at the Fuji International Speedway in the Shizuoka Prefecture.
Thanks for coming back and joining us again. Here's the top 16 drivers. Before we start anything, we're going to go ahead and go into the Japanese national anthem. So, hold on. Right now they have the kids out there enjoying the kids walk. They get to see the drivers up close. As you can see right here, the kids get to be up close with the drivers, and they get these toys and nice snacks for joining the top 16 drivers. We're going to be doing that at every round. So if you are in the area, bring your kids out too. Let them get familiar with the drifting and the drifting community when they're younger. And everybody enjoy cars, car culture. And we're about to kick off the opening ceremony. So the Japanese national anthem, so please stand and hats off. Thank you guys for that. Let's go ahead and go straight into the introduction of the drivers. Now here we are for the Formula Drift Japan Round 3 here at Fuji International Speedway. Here is your top 16 drivers. Let's go ahead and kick it off with the first driver in line. So he is qualifying first and also leading the competition right now, going for the championship. He is only 13 years old. He is a drift genius and also a winner of round 1 at Suzuka for the Formula Drift Japan series. Here we go. There's the 13-year-old driver leading the series right now, driving the Cusco Racing GR Yaris, car number 771, Hiroya Minoa.
And what a way to start top 16 right here. This is going to be the battle. Teammates, they do sim together. They're going to make it happen, but this guy right here is putting the gloves on, ready to battle out in the Team Cusco Racing GR86, number 77, Yusuke Kusaba.
Second battle of the top 16. He had won this event here last year at Fuji Speedway. Is it going to be a back-to-back win here at Fuji? He's driving the TMS Racing Team Silent Tire BMW E92, car number 36, Kazumi Takahashi.
This driver is not going to let that happen. He's powering in this VQ-powered car right here in the T-Square with Good Ride DGR Eternal Speedmaster Z4, number 870, Akihiro Hanawa.
Third battle of the top 16. He qualified fourth in the Shibata Racing Yokohama GR86. He's a young driver. This car is packed with a VR38. He is car number 31, Kodai Sobakiri.
Not going to make it easy for him. He's the 2022 Thailand Drift Champion. He's in the Mr. DIY Linglong Tire Drift Team Orange S15, number 56, Ming.
Another driver that's familiar on the podium. Is he gonna get on it this round? Ranking 5th in the qualifier from yesterday, driving the Linglong Tire Drift Team Orange A90 Supra. Car number 4, Masanori Kohashi.
Coming all the way out from the West Coast, which he claims is the best coast in the King Kazama with power vehicles, Lexus IS 500 F Sport Performance Drift, number 21, Ken Gushi.
He's a man behind the wheel. The world traveler, been all over the place. Just got back into Japan driving the Team Magic with Red Bull FD3S RX-7. He is car number 123, Mad Mike with that.
Going against him in a legendary car, gonna light it up in the Car Guy Racing JZA 80 Supra, number 125, Yoshichika Tamagawa.
Another veteran driving a brand new build for this year from the Good Ride Motorsports, Good Ride RZ34. Car number 111, Tetsuya Hibino.
This driver right here making it easy, filling the shoes of this beast of a car in the Awatara Racing FD3S RX-7, number 212, Ryutaro Oe.
Seventh battle of the top 16. He is familiar driving in the Formula Drift USA. It's backwards. But let me go ahead and go with the car qualifying 30th. Car number 35, driving the Linglong Tire Drift Team Orange Asia R35 GTR.
Sha Chung Hao. And then going against him, like Robbie was saying, he's in the Good Ride Motorsports GR Yaris, making it happen, ranked 19th, number 530, Wataru Masuyama.
And one guy, Masuyama. Job.
All right, that 7th battle was messed up right there, but we're going to go back to the driver that's going to go against Masuyama. It's going to be in the Linglong Tire Drift Team Orange Asia, driving the R35. All right, going back to that battle against Masuyama. It's going to be, he's in the Linglong Tire Drift, first time coming in, competing out here in Formula Drift Japan. We're going to do him right, make it happen in the Linglong Tire Drift Team Orange Asia R35 GTR, number 35, Sha Chung Hao.
All right, we're gonna do another intro for this driver. Probably one of the few drivers that are experiencing the Formula Drift USA series. He is back here in Japan driving the Good Ride Motorsports GR Yaris, car number 530, Wataru Masuyama. The last but not least battle here at Fuji Speedway. He is a two-time Formula Drift Japan champ. He is back in a different car and a different team, driving the TMS Racing Team Silent Tire BMW E92, car number 37, Koichi Yamashta.
Going against him, he's a champ himself from the first ever FDJ2 series. He's in the Good Ride Motorsports A90 Good Ride Supra, number 61, Mao Yamanaka.
That was a little bumpy, but here's the top 16 here Hopefully you guys could enjoy the show till the end and watch these guys battle it out, go head to head. It's going to be an exciting close tandem, and I promise you that.
Yeah, sorry about all that. The listings and what they were showing on the screen completely kind of messed both me and Robbie up. But hey, we made it happen. We had to do a little bit of replay on that, but hey, that's what it is. It's live. We're live here. The mistakes were made, and we're going to move forward from there.
So looking at the lineup here, we got Minoa versus Kusaba, Takahashi versus Hanawa, Sobakiri versus Ming, Kohashi versus Gushi, Mad Mike versus Tamagawa, Hibino versus Oe, Xiao versus Masuyama, and Yamashta versus Yamanaka. So you see the car driving away. We got Mad Mike Woodette doing his donuts out here, showing the fans how it's supposed to be done. And all of the drivers driving slowly towards the finish area. Now we will be judging the drivers the same as we were watching them on Top 32. On the same track, same outside zones. Some burnouts going on right here. It's going to be a smoky show.
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited for the first battle that's going to go down. You can see him taking off. The crowd out there, the kids on the track right now seeing firsthand how these cars sound right in front of them. And there you go. The Umbrella Girls for multiple teams. Cusco Racing, Mr. DIY, Linglong Tire, Team Fukushima. But yeah, if you missed out on the top 32 battles, you could go check them back out. Check out the replay, see how everything panned out. The bracket is right there located in the chat. You can click on that and follow along, see how everything's going. And there's the family and the kids out there.
And here you go, you see them walking off of the track. It's going to take a few minutes for the drivers to get back on grid. They're driving through the track, and like I said, how much was like
3.7 miles roughly is what Fuji International Speedway is. Someone asked earlier about the weather. It looks like we're going to have some clean weather, clear weather out here. It's going to be perfect for the tandem battles. A little overcast, so it's nice for the spectators out here. If you're in the area or if you're tuning in, we got a car show going on. We have our vendor booths out there. A lot going on out here today. And you just had the kids had the experience of a lifetime.
Yeah, there you go. That's Matsuyama and his family. Hopefully his family is probably out here too. There's his son he's carrying, probably came out to cheer him on, but unfortunately they had some issues with his vehicle and he was not able to put down a clean enough run to make it into the top 32 yesterday. Really unfortunate because he's 4th place in the series right now, and this is going to hurt him a lot for going for the championship.
Exactly, but we talked to him after the top 32. We saw him, you get to see a different side because he usually takes it all the way to the end. So he's busy. His family's cheering on. But there you go. You saw the smile on his face. He gets to hang out with his family. And, he's out here supporting his Cusco team members.
And also, this is a cool time to be able to bring your kids out. And you know what? Like, this wouldn't have never happened. This is a good experience probably for his family too, even though the outcomes aren't good, but this is time he gets to spend with his family and gets to enjoy the show. Here's Mr. Iwata to the left right here, always taking charge, doing things in his own hands.
He is
he's
always
a very,
working.
very busy man. Yeah, he owns the series. He also runs it, and he does multiple things. A multitasker.
Exactly.
And we do have a lot of people that are behind the scenes that are multitasking. And just since I'm talking about it right now, we got the FDUSA team. We got everybody out there supporting this the series. And also, shout out to everybody out there. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks in New Jersey. And we're going to go ahead and speak about who are supporting us for the series. here's the sponsors and the supporters for the Formula Drift Japan Series. G-Shock, Edifice, Valenti, Yokohama Tires, Bridgestone, Dunlop, Goodyear, Toyo Tires, Goodride Performance Tires, Kenda, Baleno, 5X, Silent Tire, Vitor Tire, Linglong Tire, Motis, Hyper Lubricant Technology, Carport Maruzen, Sports Service RSR, Brid, Ogura Clutch, Grays, HPI, Toyota Gazoo Racing, Cusco, Project Mew, BN Sports, Swift Springs, Hot Wheel, Kazama Auto Service, Comtech, Shibata Motorsports, KTC, Arai Helmet, Treasure One Company, D-Max, Hummingbird, FPV Drone, Kiva, Torque Drift 2. Here are our supporters and sponsors of the Formula Drift Japan series. Thank you very much for your support, and also for those of you who are watching us, you guys are also our supporters. Checking us out on the live stream. Thank you for watching, and also thank you for everybody coming out to the venue, the spectators here. Very, very thankful about this, you know, this is a sport where we all got to come together and do it together, or it's not going to happen. Exactly, making it happen. You got Robbie over here working all the time, working very hard, translating, do everything, judging, and talking with y'all. Not really. You got myself, Kenny, and alongside us is Sean coming all the way out from the West Coast. You know who's not really doing anything? This dude. Not talking. I'm judging for him. He's not even pushing buttons. Just kidding. No, he's got it down. Sean is, those of you know already, you know, Sean is an expert in driving. They've been driving in Pro Spec. And also he is our driver's and judge steward in Formula Drift USA series. So he's very familiar with the drifting scene. He's kind of been in it since he was very young in the Formula Drift series. Starting off with, he started off with, doing tire changes, and now he's all the way up to, fabbing stuff, and he also does his own stuff, working on cars, has ideas, and now, he is advising people, being one of the judges here in Formula Drift Japan series. Why don't you talk like that about me? Kenny is in the Air Force. Thanks. See, that's where I stand on the podium. Not podium. No, but I mean, we all just didn't appear out of nowhere. Yeah. Everybody had the experience, and you have to do your time and everything, and then we're one of the lucky ones that are selected to be here and stuff. So thank you to the series, and also for you guys to letting us do this. I know a lot of you guys probably don't even like me or the judging or any of the judges, but don't hate on the sport and don't hate on the teams that are going for it. Keep giving them support, and we thank you for that. But let's go ahead and you know what, since we're already here on the mic, let me go ahead and hand this over to Sean so he can talk about what he ordered at Roscoe's the other day.
Yo, back again.
Oh man, right whenever you puts the mic on, they go ahead and switch it over to the other screen. But yeah, Sean, welcome back once again. He's done round 1 and round 2 of the Formula Drift Japan series, and here he is back with us here for Fuji. So what have you seen and what have you liked so far being in this situation with the view that we have in the drivers?
This is actually probably one of the better points of view, I guess, for the judges, I guess, for these tracks. I mean, I haven't been to the other ones, but you know, just from seeing the live stream from previous years. But yeah, this is actually, you know, it's a cool layout here at Fuji. The way that it's kind of almost like a Coliseum type track course.
And exactly, this is cool because you now saw all dynamics, because this is probably one of our higher speed dynamics or tracks.
Yeah.
And it's one of our international circuits that we compete on.
It's pretty technical as well. The like I was talking about earlier, the initiation, that takes a lot of skill to get yourself positioned correctly in the chase position especially. But even in the lead position, you know, you're going into this corner blind, so you don't know where that zone is, so you kind of have to position yourself to smoothly work yourself out to that. And this is one of those courses where each zone, kind of how you hit that and exit that, will determine how you hit the next one. So it's kind of like, you know, that domino effect. So if you mess up the first one, chances are you're going to be chasing the rest of the run.
And that's what I like. He just explained. It looks easy because it's literally like 2 turns and it seems simple. And that's what a lot of people kind of commented on about the track. But you actually can break it down, you know, with your experience.
Once you introduce the speed and then also the technicality of getting to that first outer zone correctly and leaving that, it's pretty tricky. Yeah, it looks easy, but definitely not.
Exactly, and they're about to start, get ready to go for this top 16 battle. But like you said,
back over to Robbie here.
Thank you, Sean. We'll get you back on the mic. But yeah, also there's elevation changes in the track and all that, so you'll see it, focus a little bit on that. But here we are, the first battle. This is a team-on-team battle.
Uh-oh. Red flag. Oh, maybe he jumped the gun.
So having a backup right here. So yes, we have Hiroya Minoa going against Yusuke Kusaba, both Cusco Racing team members. They do a lot of sim together. I don't know if you guys follow them on social media, Hiroya Minoa or Yusuke Kusaba, which is Baki on Instagram.
Is Baki, yeah.
So if you guys follow them, they do a lot of sim driving, and they do it with other people all around the world, but they do a lot together. So this should be a pretty good tandem battle, because Hiroya Minoa and Kusaba both know the way each other drive. So they know how much they can push it. They know the limits of the cars, their teammates. They know the builds. Very interesting. Coming through the chicane, first battle of the top 16. And here we are entering the 3-2-1 into this outer zone 1. Nice job. Look at that proximity coming around to the outer zone 1. Nice job by Hiroya in the lead. Swinging back around. Kusaba right there on his left quarter, swinging it into this outer zone 3, and I told you, I called it. It was going to be a good start to this top 16.
Is this like a Cusco demo that we're watching right now? Because both of the cars doing what they're supposed to. Hiroya Minoa in the lead. Early initiation, but keeps the car going, and now he sets himself up right where he's supposed to be at outside zone 1. And right here at the switchback at the outside zone 2, he makes it all the way out to the outside zone. A little bit shallower chasing Minoa, but Kusaba not giving him much space and getting right on his rear quarter and door, staying very close. A little bit shallow on the angle, but very, very impressive chase run. Not too small on the line either. I really like how Kusaba places himself in a really good position in the chase position.
Yeah, he tucks himself away from that smoke cloud that Minoa was throwing down. But now we're going to see how Minoa is going to position himself in the chase against Kusaba.
And that's what's hard, because, you know, chasing a good lead run, it gives you the chance to do a chase like how Kusaba just did. So now we're going to have to see if Kusaba is going to be able to lay down a solid lead run and see how Minoa is going to give chase. Regardless, whoever moves on, Cusco is going to be happy. So
exactly. And yeah, Kusaba definitely wants this. He's sitting 10th overall in points. But I gotta say, the aggression that I've seen in his driving from last year to this year has greatly improved ever since he jumped into this GR86. He loves the chassis, he's all about it. Here he is in the lead this time. He's gotta throw down a solid lead run. But at the same time, Minoa, he has to throw a solid chase. Let's make it hard for these judges. Swinging into this outer zone 1, a little shallow on that, but getting back around into the outer zone 2. Oh, looks like Minoa washed out a little bit after that outer zone 2 to that inside clip. We'll have to see the replay and see what happened there.
Yeah, so what we saw as the lead run, Kusaba not filling outside zone 1 as much as we thought he would. got close enough to the end of the asphalt, but right here with the switchback at the outside zone 2, it looks like Minoa just gets washed out and loses proximity in the chase position.
Yeah, Minoa qualifying first yesterday, sitting top at the overall standings with points. There's a lot of pressure, but you know, as calm and collective as this kid is, he probably has no pressure at all. I mean, he has really good mentors between his mom and his dad. His mom is an FDJ2 driver. His dad's an ex-pro driver. Very good backing in his program. And here's Kusaba again in the lead, getting into that outer zone 2. Yeah, the judges are checking out the other angles that they have, and here's the lead-to-lead, chase-to-chase cross comparison between these two drivers. You can see Kusaba had really good proximity throughout the course to Minoa. But what a way to start the top 16. Between these two right here, making it happen. I think the only thing is going to be with Minoa's chase on that outer zone 2, but they're reviewing to make sure that nothing from the lead driver caused any issues with that outer zone 2. We're getting a few more replay runs for these judges. So yeah, this is round 3. Usually we ended it, well, the last 2 years we ended our season at Fuji. There's the Minoa fans right there waving the Hey Man flag. But yeah, we ended the season the last 2 years here at Fuji International Speedway, but this year it's our midway point. This is round 3. Luckily we have had good weather. Yesterday we had pretty bad weather. We did a 2-hour time delay. So thank you all for sticking with us on that. Able to get the weather to clear up for the qualify runs that they threw down yesterday. And there's the Cusco Racing girl cheering on the Cusco team members that are battling it out. Is it going to be a one more time, or do we have a winner for this first battle of the top 16?
All right, so we had to review this because of the washing out. We wanted to double check to make sure that we weren't missing anything. And then there was a small bobble. There was a small bobble created by the lead run in Kusaba right there. But it was more of he shot in. And what I was looking at is if Minoa was on the same line or inside, I would understand if he, something was caused by that.
All right, Nishida's going to go to the right. Imomura's going right. So there you go. Yusuke Kusaba is going to select or get that first slot into the grade 8.
And the 13-year-old Minoa is knocked out early here in top 16. And going back to what we were talking about, if Minoa wasn't on a wider line at outside zone 2, it would have been a different story. But Minoa was already on the rumble strip where Kusaba was a little bit more on the inside of that. So basically Minoa took a wider line there, and it's easier for a driver to, get washed out more with the wider line where Kusaba shot in. And pretty much that was kind of a big mistake that Minoa made.
All right, here we are. The second battle's already ready to go. Kazumi Takahashi is going to be going up against Akihiro Hanawa. Hanawa's in the chase position. Looks like there's a little bit of contact there before the initiation. Coming around to this outer zone 1. Oh, Hanawa washing out in the outer zone 1. And look at that, Takahashi doing what he does best. He won last year here in the final round of the Formula Drift Japan Series.
Yes, I think there was contact on the run-up to the 3-2-1 cone, but like I said, you're not supposed to block the lead run. You got to give the lead run. It's there right away. And pretty much that probably threw off Hanawa, and a huge mistake going into the outside zone 1, getting washed out, and pretty much finishing off the run.
Yeah, he was losing. I mean, he had really no proximity from the start, but he kept losing it over the progression of the course.
Yeah, and then, you know what? Looking at Takahashi, he's been doing this the whole time. He hugs the inside, but this is the way he takes his line. We don't really tell any other drivers to stay on the left or the right where they initiate, as long as they make it to the outside zone 1. And Takahashi looks like he figured out the perfect recipe to build up what kind of line and what kind of angle he has to be going into the outside zone 1.
Exactly, just like Robbie said, with the way he enters. That's what happened last year. There was contact between him and Matsuyama during the final run, and that ended up being his win because Matsuyama made contact in the chase position, which disturbed his car and made him incomplete, or both of them incomplete, but he got the win off of that.
So
not the way we wanted to end that.
So right here at the initiation, Hanawa gets a little too close to Takahashi before the initiation.
But now this time around, we're going to see how Takahashi's going to adjust his driving to Hanawa's driving. Because it looks like Hanawa has a little bit less power than what Takahashi has, especially the way he was pulling on him throughout the course. It could be grip level, power, a combination of things. But here you go, the tech staff getting the car squared away. Make sure no parts are hanging off of it after that contact. And you can see how the contact knocked a few body parts off on Takashima's car. Takahashi's trying to...
They're trying to tape up the car just to make sure, you know, nothing's going to be falling off to keep it secure.
Yeah, we'll see if he's going to move on so he can solidify once again a victory here like he did last year. All right, looks like the crew out there made it happen, got his car squared away, nothing's hanging off. Hopefully it'll be enough to get this one run in. Takahashi's gonna be in the chase this time while we have Hanawa in the lead. Hanawa in the Z4 powered by a VQ. Takahashi rocking the VR. So here they are coming through the chicane now. Now bringing it around, approaching the 3-2-1 now. Nice job here coming into this outer zone 1. Not deep enough quite there. Takahashi doing his thing, trying to mimic the line that he's running. Hanawa bringing it back around in this outer zone 3 right here. And man, Takahashi was there the whole entire time, mimicking the whole entire run.
Yeah, so the placement of the car, pretty much Takahashi is just mimicking the lead driver and watching how Hanawa went off at outside zone 1. That's going to most likely be an incomplete for him. And Takahashi just finished off this run behind Hanawa. And most likely in this case, Takahashi is probably going to be moving on, going against Kusaba at the grade 8.
Nice proximity all through the course by Takahashi. We'll get the final results from the judges, and right there you can see him diving into that outer zone 3. Who is going to be battling Yusuke Kusaba in the grade 8? All right, here we are. Nishida is going to go left, Imamura is going to go left, and Adriana is going to go left. So right there, Kazumi Takahashi is going to get the win and move on to the grade 8. It's big for Hanawa to get into the top 16, but unfortunately he wasn't able to solidify a spot into that grade 8. So good luck to him next round. But next up, sitting at the line, ready to go, is going to be Koldai Sobakiri going against Ming. Both young drivers here. Sobakiri had some phenomenal tandem battles between Calais and Ebisu at round 2. We're going to see how he's going to do this time. He's in the lead going against Ming, and Ming is the 2022 Thailand Drift Champion, so we're going to see how he's going to do. He suffered some drivetrain issues last round at Ebisu, so it looks like his car's ready to go for battle, bringing it back around here into this outer zone 1. Sobakiri doing a beautiful job. Ming trying to close that proximity right here, getting back into it. Sobakiri was a little far from that inside clip, but at the same time, Ming has struggled throughout that track right there. Not sure if he gave him a little bit too much on that straight before the 3-2-1 or not.
Yeah, it looks like Ming kind of started to get pulled away on the run-up for the 3-2-1 cone, where the 3-2-1 cone area is in the lead position. Sobakiri does a great job at outside zone 1 and outside zone 2. He does do a nice flick, but that flick actually made him go a little bit wide on the inside clip. Now look at the placement of the vehicles. Ming is actually on the right line and chasing Sobakiri the way he's supposed to. It's just that there's no proximity whatsoever in between these cars. He does kind of end up getting closer towards the end, but it is a sizable gap in between these two cars. So we're going to have to see now when Ming leads, see how he's going to do and how Sobakiri gives chase.
Here's another replay right here. Sobakiri doing a good job right there. The inside clip, he could have been a little tighter on that inside clip, but able to bring it back around into that outer zone 3. So here they are getting back through the chicane now, turning around to the start line. This time Ming's going to be in the lead and Sobakiri is going to be in the chase. And like I said, Sobakiri did a phenomenal job making it happen in the chase position. Here you are, the Mr. DIY girl with the Ling Long tire and the Team Fukushima girls cheering on their drivers.
All right, so let's see what's going to happen now that Sobakiri is going to be chasing down Ming.
Ming has to throw down a solid run. Sobakiri, though, on the other hand, he's got to do what he did last weekend. And here he is right there, close proximity through outer zone 1. Nice job bringing it back around, mimicking what Ming is doing around in this chase. Oh, looks like he dove in just a little bit on the lead, coming around. But Sobakiri not phased by it and making it happen in that chase position. Making it look easy.
So Ming, not a bad job in the lead position, but Sobakiri breathing right down his neck, right behind the lead vehicle. Not giving him much space. Most likely mimicking every move of the lead car. And pretty much shows a little bit more dominance in the chase position than when Ming was behind. And there you go, through the clouds and the smoke, the FPV drone gives us a good view on how close, being closer to the cars and what's going on near the cars. But here you go.
Nishida is going to go left. Imamura is going to go left. So right there, you see it. Koldai Sobakiri is going to be moving on to the grade 8, making it happen.
There you go. That's the fans and actually the R31 house owners, the team Shiba Tire owner, Mr. Shibata, cheering on his driver. Now they're moving to the grade 8.
All right, right here, this is the last battle of the left side of the bracket for the top 16. Masanori Kohashi going against Ken Gushi. We're gonna see how this is gonna go. Ken Gushi, a very aggressive chase driver. All about this tandem battle, and here he is coming around this outer zone 1, kicking some angle there, coming back around. Kohashi filling outer zone 2 here, bringing it right back into this inside clip, and there you go, Ken Gushi trying to close that proximity right there at the end into that outer zone 3.
All right, so Gushi coming from the back right here. Kind of taking a smaller line here, smaller approach to the outside zone 1, but trying to get it right to Kohashi's door. Now Kohashi in the lead position. Good amount of angle and right on the outside zones and the inside clip. Or he washed out a little bit at the inside clip, but on the outside zones, he's doing what he's supposed to. Ken Gushi getting right back into formation where he matches his angle and line after the outside zone 1. So what he probably did was sacrifice outside zone 1 just to get near the outside zone 2 area. But right here, as you can see, matching the angle and getting closer. But it looks like Kohashi kind of runs away a little bit from him in the inside clip area.
So there you are. That was half the battle. They're swinging it right back around. This time it's going to be Ken Gushi in the front going against Masanori Kohashi. Kohashi right now overall sitting second in points. Last round at Ebisu, he got second. And we're going to see how he's going to do this year, or this year and this run. Who's going to be going against Koldai Sobagiri, filling that last spot in the grade 8 on the left side of the bracket.
So now Gushi is going to be leading and Kohashi is going to chase.
Here they are coming around to the 3-2-1. Gushi sounds ready into this outer zone 1. Nice job filling all of outer zone 1, bringing it right back, but Kohashi right there behind him. Nice job right there in the inside clip. Kohashi right there on his left quarter, swinging it into this outer zone 3, and what a finish by these two drivers.
Wow, that was a beautiful job by both drivers. I'd have to say that was probably one of the cleanest lead runs that we've seen today. A lot of angle, massive amount of angle, and right there behind Gushi is Kohashi, mimicking every move. A little bit shallow on the angle, coming off the outside zone 2, trying to keep the proximity. And right from here, it looks like Kohashi takes a slightly different line, and he does have to dive in. And right here, doesn't make it. Oh man, he's pretty straight at outside zone 3 area.
We'll see one more time the bird's eye view. Here they are coming around. Ooh.
Yeah, so overall, we have to make sure that, you know, in the chase position, I mean, looking at it from this view where we see it, it looked really great. But right around here at the outside zone 3 area, Kohashi loses a lot of angle in diving into the inside. Now, if we talk about just proximity,
we'll see what the judges have to say. Here's a lead to lead, chase to chase, the second time checking this out, bringing it back around here to this outer zone 2.
yeah, so looking at the leads, both of the leads are great. Now we're going to go back to the chase. There were mistakes made by both drivers. Gushi losing a little bit of proximity, taking a smaller line at the outside zone 1, but trying to get back on track, getting on the right line to chase down the lead driver. Now Kohashi being on the same line from the beginning at outside zone 1, but when we look at the drone's view, he does take a smaller line at the outside zone 2 and outside zone 3. Now it's going to be a mix-up of both.
Anticipating the call right now from the judges. And here we are. Nishida is going to go with a one more time. Imamura is going to go one more time. So we're going to see a one more time battle between these drivers right here.
And I think all the other judges probably agree. We have, you know, both of the lead runs were pretty good, but we have to do it one more time because we have to make sure that the chase car is doing their job. Both of the drivers didn't do their job fully. I would say. There were mistakes made by both drivers in the chase position, so we're just going to have to see that one more time. And, you know, this is kind of a way we can show you and tell you that, I mean, proximity is very, very important, but it's not just about that. It's about how you get there.
Exactly, not sacrificing that line, taking the shorter one. But let's see these two drivers next. Coming up, you got Mad Mike Widet. He's going to be leading the way against Yoshihiko Tamagawa. Mad Mike, busy man right now, but making it happen. Here he is in the lead. Did a phenomenal job in top 32, made it easy. Now, can he make it easy going against Tamagawa, who's a very aggressive driver? Here they are approaching the outer zone 1 right here. Nice job through the outer zone 1 in the lead, smoking out Tamagawa right there, bringing it back on the accelerator through the inside clip into this outer zone 3.
Wow. And, you know, I'd have to say, you know, Tamagawa is not, you know, underpowered, or he is not one of the lower paced cars. He is pretty fast out there, but Mad Mike Widet pulling away from him as a lead driver, and also kicking a good amount of angle and making the outside line. Now the switchback right here, there was a few adjustments made by Mad Mike coming from outside zone 2 to the inside clip, but I would say overall that was a pretty nice lead run by Mad Mike Widet. I think Tamagawa giving him a little bit too much space from the beginning is actually hurting them right now because there's not much proximity in between these cars.
Yeah, and it makes it look like a real sloppy chase run there. But like you said, even though it looked like Mad Mike was pulling away, he still had very aggressive angle throughout all of the zones. So we're going to see how he's going to do this time around in the chase going against Tamagawa in the lead. Look at that, bringing it right back around, getting right back on it, smoking him out through this outer zone 3.
Both sports cars, Toyota versus Mazda, RX-7 versus Supra. These are probably one of the most iconic 1990s JDM cars that are around. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of FD fans, and there's probably a lot of JZA 80 fans.
We'll
and a lot of 2J fans and a lot of rotary fans.
But there's no V8, unfortunately.
Not now.
But here they are,
yet.
lined back up. Yoshihiko Tamagawa is going to be in the lead in the Car Guy Racing JZA 80 Supra going against Mad Mike Widet, who's going to be in the chase this time, and the Team Magic with Red Bull RX-7. 4-rotor, twin turbo going against the 2J. And here they are, looks like.
Oh, there you go.
Not what we want to see on that initiation. Coming back around to this outer zone 1. Here he is. Mike keeping that close proximity into that inside clip, getting right back on it through that outer zone 3 here.
Yeah, so Tamagawa, from the initiation, this is what we were talking about, where you initiate, then you stop, and pretty much that was actually brought up at the driver's meeting, where it's like, we don't want you to initiate twice in one turn. And even though right now it looks like, you know, Mad Mike is kind of getting left behind at the outside zone 2 area, and he washed out, at the beginning, Tamagawa already made a mistake of his initiation, and you know, we have to put that in consideration with our call.
So we'll see here what the call is going to be between these two drivers.
And I think that was what all the judges probably saw, but.
And right here, and all the judges are going to agree, Mad Mike Widet is going to be moving on to the grade 8, making it happen.
All right, so for the right side bracket, the first one making it into the grade 8, Mad Mike Widet. Now he will be facing one of these two gentlemen. Is it going to be Hibino or the young driver Oe driving his father's ex-FD, well, it is an FD car, but ex-driver in FD, his father Fujinaka's FD. Now we got Nissan sports car versus the Mazda sports car.
That would be very interesting to see two rotary, a 3-rotor and a 4-rotor going against each other head to head.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool.
Young, up and coming, you know.
And I think Oe's car Fujinaka's car gets serviced at TCP Magic.
It does, yeah.
As well,
You can see it right there, TCP Magic right on the back. So we're going to see how this is going to go for him, but Hibino is not an easy driver to defend. He's very aggressive. He throws a lot of angle through the zones, and he makes it look very clean.
Yeah, I mean, amazingly how much angle he throws at outside zone 2. He does it so that it's not sloppy. Uh-oh. Hit a pylon. Pylon touch. It's going to be a restart. These two cars.
So we'll see the battle between these two. Hibino, he's rocking the new 400Z with a VR under the hood.
There's Kuroda there, aka Kuro-chan, our starter. Make sure that the drivers are ready. The light is gone and turned off. Now the drivers are on their way.
Here we are, Hibino's in the lead, Oe in the chase, coming around the 3-2-1 into this outer zone 1, and look at that, coming in real hot to that outer zone 1, bringing it right back here. Oe doing his thing in the chase position right here. Nice lead run by Hibino. Just missing outer zone 3 though. Could have been a little deeper in outer zone 3. Looks like he was just trying to run away from Oe at the finish.
Yeah, so Oe trying to stay as close as possible to this veteran Hibino, but Hibino laying down a pretty solid lead run. And Oe looking like he transitioned a little too early, so he had to hold back getting into the inside clip. And that's where the separation started. Let's go ahead and check out the drone footage right here. Oe in a good position, but right here does a switchback, and now he has to wait, and he dives in a little bit earlier than Hibino. And in order to clear the inside clip area, he has to give it a wait. And like you said, Hibino did get a little shallow on the line at the outside zone 3, but at the same time, Oe is on a very, very shallow line here because he does lose his momentum going towards the outside zone 3 and almost straightens out, but gets really shallow on the outside zone 3 area. So now we're going to have to see what's going to happen in between when these two cars trade places.
Yeah, we'll see here. Oe's been doing a good job this weekend on this track, so we're going to see how he's going to perform in the lead this time going against Hibino. So they're all heading around. Thank you all around the world for staying up with us. You know, either you're muting us or you're tuning in with us. I see what's going on in the chat and everything. A lot of good guesses on who the winners are or if it's one more time battle, stuff like that. I know Robbie enjoys it because it's like positive re-encouragement that he's still making good calls.
No, I mean, it's not like that all the time. But you know what? We got to do what we got to do, you know?
But that's why you're on the mic.
believe in what we do. Yeah, we got to believe in what we think.
Yep.
We got to go with our gut feeling sometimes as well.
Yep, you know the rules, you know what they need to do, and here we are. We need to see Oe do a phenomenal lead run while we have Hibino doing a chase. Close proximity, mimicking the line and making everything happen. Here they are coming into the outer zone 1. Nice job by Oe, filling outer zone 1, bringing it right back around to the line of outer zone 2 to the inside clip here. Hibino right there in the chase.
Wow, Oe's lead.
That was a good lead run by Oe, making it all the way out to that outer zone 3.
Now we have to see the replays here. And like you said, you know, Oe doing a killer job in the lead, but is that good enough to be a better job than Hibino's lead? Now we got to also watch Hibino getting closer and closer as he keeps the pace going behind Oe. Right here, Hibino, same line, same angle. Then right around here, it looks very similar to what happened with Hibino when he was leading, but I'd have to say Hibino cleans it up by going out closer to the outside zone 3.
Let's see him. Oe gets a little bit more further out on that outer zone 3 than Hibino did at the end. So they both had their positive and negative sides of what they had for the lead and the chase run for each of them.
Man, this is a tough one. This really is a tough one.
What's tough? You just press a button and then enter, right?
The decision making is tough. Not.
Oh yeah, forgot that was involved too.
Yeah, not the.
No, you have the live stream right here. That's who tells you what
Lifting
to
my
vote for.
finger and pushing a button is easy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that's what you said about giving it gas when you're drifting. It's not that easy.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
All right, there you go. Robbie's going left. Imamura is going one more time, and Adriana is going to go left. So there you go. Tetsuya Hibino is going to get the win and move on to the grade 8 going against Mad Mike Widet.
The reason why I said it's a close one because I do agree with Imamura's one more time. It was very, very close, and there was a few give and takes in the chase position and the lead position. And that could have been close enough for one more time, but there were certain areas where we thought Hibino, watching the drone's eye, it looked like Hibino was chasing Oe a little bit better in the chase position, where it looked like Oe was diving in a little bit too early, going from the outside zone 2 area to the inside clip. But really, really close. But unfortunately, Oe is going to be knocked out here, and Hibino is going to move on to the grade 8.
So we'll see here if his teammate's going to be able to join him in the grade 8. You got Wataru Masuyama in the good ride. Motorsports GR Yaris going against new to the series, Xia Changhao in the R35 GTR.
Yeah, Xia Changhao actually putting down a pretty solid run when he was leading against Kanta. Both of the chases fell apart, but let's see how well he can lead Masuyama after he chases him. But Masuyama, obviously a veteran in the sport now.
Looks like Xiao's giving him too much leeway here coming into this outer zone 2, but here he is trying to break ground against him, get that proximity closer through the inside clip to this outer zone 3.
Ooh, a little sloppy from Xia from the get-go. It looked like he was approaching the outside zone 1 in a very different line, but maybe that's what he likes in his style. But it looks like he kind of gives Masuyama a little bit too much room at the run-up to the outside zone 1. And right here, tries to play catch-up. He shallows up real bad at the inside clip 1. He even has to almost straighten his steering. As you can see right there, a sizable gap in between these two cars. Xia taking a shallower angle and slightly shallower line, chasing Masuyama. And Masuyama in the lead, doing his own thing and filling the zones and the clips the way he's supposed to.
So yeah, you can see right there, he tried closing that proximity, but was unable to throughout the course. We're going to see how he's going to perform this time in the lead while Masuyama is going to be in the chase. There they are, making it back around, passing outer zone 1 right now to get back to the start line for the second part of this battle.
Yeah, so one of the few drivers that are currently still driving here today, I believe that Ken Gushi, obviously driving in the Formula Drift USA series for the whole year. Mad Mike Widet competed in Formula Drift USA a few years back. And now looking at Masuyama, not returning to the USA series, but driving in the Formula Drift Japan series this year. He's one of the 3 drivers that we have right now currently still driving for the top 16 that has experienced the FDUSA tracks and the other drivers and the whole experience.
All right, looks like they're ready to go to get this second part of this battle started. Xia Changhao is going to be in the lead this time in his R35 GTR, coming around the bend here to the 3-2-1. Matsuyama has to keep that close proximity throughout the track and make it look clean. And here they are. Nice job in that outer zone 1, bringing it back around to this outer zone 2 here. Masuyama keeping that close proximity to his left quarter right there into that outer zone 3.
Yeah, I just want to double check one thing, the run up before the outside zone 1. Right here, from here, Masuyama initiates and oh, okay, he's just in the smoke right there. He looked like he shallowed up to get really close, but there's more proximity here in the chase position now right here. Oh, looks like he's straightened out.
Yeah, that transition from outer zone 1 to outer zone 2, Masuyama definitely made a huge mistake. Right here, you can see it coming around, transitioning right there through the smoke cloud. Looks like he had a straightening happen. So judges are going to take one more look at that.
Yeah, it looks like Masuyama loses drift after the transition. We're going to go ahead and check out this drone footage that we have.
So here's a side-by-side view between these two.
Yeah, that could change everything right here, where we've seen Xiao shallow up at the inside clip, but he is still in drift. Now we have to double check to make sure that Masuyama didn't straighten approaching the outside zone 2.
We'll see what the final results are going to be. Looks like we're getting one more replay. This is the drone footage where you can see where he straightens. Here it is after outer zone 1 right here, the transition. Looks like he held back, straightened up, and then reinitiated into that outer zone 2. All right, so here we are. The results are going to be coming out right now.
Yeah, so we had to make the call because, you know, it is in the rules and this is a drift competition.
Nishida's going to go right. Here we are, Imamura going right and Adriana going right. So Xia Changhao gets the win and we'll be moving on to the grade 8.
Wow, Xia Changhao came into this series. This is the first round for him to compete, and he made it into the grade 8. There's a good ride team over there. Unfortunate that Masuyama got knocked out right here, but this is the way it goes. You know, we have to find the mistakes and make sure that we do make the right calls. And this time it looks like Xiao was at the advantage, and Masuyama unfortunately getting knocked out.
Well, here we are. We're moving back to the left side of the bracket. This is the one more time battle between Kohashi and Gushi. We're going to see who's going to solidify this and make it that last spot into that grade 8 into the left side of the bracket. Here we are. Kohashi's in the lead. Gushi's in the chase. Oh, huge correction right there through that 3-2-1 coming back around. Kohashi a little bit too much.
Oh, what happened?
Very, very, very. That's not what we wanted to see right there. Kohashi had his mistakes. Gushi had his mistakes in the chase.
Wow, so that was a very, very sloppy lead and chase. But right here, Gushi initiates, and after that, Kohashi is just... Oh man, that is I mean, that's almost a unchaseable lead run made by Kohashi.
Yeah, it looks like Kohashi wasn't able to do the transition from outer zone 1 to outer zone 2. It looks like he just kind of gripped up and took him back in, and he realized he was in a bad position for that inside clip.
Yeah, I think he went a little too wide and kicked a little bit too much angle at the outside zone 1, which made him come really short to the outside zone 2. So pretty much he has, it's like 2 tires off for sure at the inside clip.
We'll have to see. I'd have to look. I want to see the replay right at the run-up. There's a finish right there.
Not looking good for Kohashi right now because his lead, man. I don't even know if the other judges have this in consideration of making that an unchaseable lead run or not, but we'll go ahead and see after this once they do. switch places now. Gushi is leading and Kohashi is giving chase.
Here they are coming around into the 3-2-1 zone right here. Bringing it into outer zone 1. Nice job by Gushi, dragging it out to that outer zone 1. Bringing it right back around, giving a smoke trail right there for Kohashi. Kohashi trying to dial in, dipping a tire right there on that inside clip into this outer zone 3. And it looks like Kohashi really felt the pressure that he had to throw down in that chase position.
Yeah, so now it's going to be how heavily we're going to penalize the lead run from Kohashi.
I love the drone chase footage right here. You really get to see how far they are in the zone, how much angle they're throwing and everything.
Yeah, man, so both of the drivers doing a fairly good job here, but now we're going to have to revert to what we saw earlier as the lead driver. Now Gushi does make mistakes when he's chasing, but it's not critical to the lead. That doesn't do anything to the lead driver. Now the lead driver has to do a clean lead run and was not able to give Gushi a clean enough lead run to give him a fair chance to give chase. And yeah, this is going to be a hard decision for us to make, but we will make the decision.
All right, looks like the results are coming up now. Who is it going to be? Nishida's going to go with Ken Gushi. Imamura going Ken Gushi. So there you are. Ken Gushi is going to get the win and fill that last spot on the left side of the bracket for the grade 8.
Yeah, so was Kohashi's lead run pretty much put himself in the situation here where most likely that was an incomplete as a lead driver with all that wavering and e-braking towards the inside clip. And we just had to double check to make sure that Gushi wasn't incompleting behind him. He did have a really unclean initiation, but it was made before the 1 cone. And we went with Gushi since that was like a incomplete for the lead car.
All right, here we are, next battle right here. Yamashta is going against Yamanaka, coming around through the 3-2-1. Yamashta's in the lead right here. Yamanaka coming around in the chase position. Here they are, bringing it back into this inside clip here. Yamanaka not doing too bad, but looks like he's getting a little lost from that inside clip to outer zone 3.
All right, you know what? Good lead run and pretty good chase run. Overall, I like the way they were spacing each other. Now, if Yamanaka could have taken a little bit more of a closer approach right here at the outside zone 2, he didn't fill the outside zone 2 as much as he was supposed to, but I think he was doing that. Maybe he did he made his transition a little too early. Instead of going a little bit deeper into the outside zone 2, he did it a little too early, which put him in a place where he wasn't able to get close to the outside zone 2. But placement-wise, the proximity not too far from the lead driver, but he does also have to run a shallower angle to keep up. But now we're going to have to see what Yamashta's going to do behind Yamanaka.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. This is the last battle of the top 16.
We got a Maopo. That's Yamanaka's nickname. There's Yamanaka fans. There you go. Even using an iPad, that's actually smart. You can have multiple drivers' names on there.
Up,
yeah.
Yep. There's probably features you can have it like, you know, flashing and all that.
Yeah, flashing to all the drivers that you like, right? And you could start deleting all the drivers that start to not make it.
But all right, here we are. They're switching their roles. Yamanaka's going to be in the lead this time while Yamashta is in the chase. Yamanaka, he was our first ever FDJ2 champion coming into the Pro Series last year. But at the same time, you have Yamashta.
Yeah, and it seems like he's been struggling to, you know, show his skill off as a FDJ2 driver, but
we're going to see here, he's in the lead this time, coming around against the champ himself, Yamashta, bringing it into this outer zone 1. Nice job in the outer zone 1, right on that rumble strip, bringing it right back around.
Oh.
Side to side, bringing it in. Yamashta closing that proximity, taking a huge correction right there into the finish, but taking a real shallower line through that outer zone 3.
All right, and I remember hearing his wife was telling me earlier that I think Yamashta's e-brake isn't working. So I'm not sure that's the reason why he's not trying to get as close in proximity. But right here, I like the way Yamanaka makes that flick, but he does make an error going into the inside clip. He comes a little short, but at the same time, he goes back out to the outside zone 3. I'm not sure if that lead run killed the momentum for the chase driver, but right here, Yamashta taking the same line, but he also goes all the way inside at the outside zone 3 area.
Yeah, he totally misses outer zone 3. Not good being the chase. It looked very solid at the start, but yeah, that second half after that inside clip, he kind of ruined himself in that chase position.
Now the side-by-side view right here, both the leads are doing a great job. Now we're comparing the chase drivers. Yamanaka doing a better job towards the first half, but kind of getting left behind. But also Yamashta in the chase position kind of gives Yamanaka a room.
Yeah, definitely not door-to-door or anything, and you can see right there, proximity is almost close to one another, but you can see how shallow the line it was for Yamashta on his chase. So we'll see here who's going to be going against Xia Changhao in the Grade 8. Is it going to be Yamanaka or is it going to be Yamashta?
It's going to be one of the Yamas. It's going to be one of the Yamas.
Exactly. So as we wait for the results, I saw people chatting right here. Yeah, FDJ2 and J3 is going to be next weekend at Ebisu Circuit. So it's a busy, busy month for Robbie here, flying back to the States, coming back here. And there you go. Mao, his teammates right there cheering him on. The Canola girls. Good ride, girl. We'll see who's going to make it. All right, here we are. Nishida is going to go one more time. Imamura is going to go right, and then Adriana is going to go right. So Mao Yamanaka is going to get the win.
So like I said, Yama's going to win, but I went with it one more time because Yamanaka did go really shallow into the inside clip 1 area, kind of led Yamashita into it, but at the same time, what Sean was saying right now, there was other areas where Yamashita could have done a little better, and Yamanaka was a little bit more hungry in the chase position. So this time, Yamanaka is going to get the win, move on, and Yamashita, the 2-time champ, FD Japan is knocked out. There's Chen Chen right there. And Shibata from Shiba Tire. And there is, hey you guys, that's Kazama. He's a legend drift driver right here. And he's spotting for the Good Ride team here. So there you go. A lot of good people backing up the team and the driver, and Yamanaka moving on.
So right there, that locks us in for our Grade 8. It looks like it's going to be a very intense Grade 8 we're going to have here to see who's going to move on to the Final 4.
Yes, because we have Kusaba versus Takahashi, Sobakiri versus Gushi, Mad Mike versus Hibino, Xia Changhao versus Yamanaka. And you know what? I just realized right now, none of our top 3-4 drivers are even here anymore in the series.
Oh, yeah.
So this is pretty much letting everybody catch up.
Exactly. That's what's making it really interesting.
We made it like that because it's all scripted, right? Just kidding. How will we know this would have happened? This is crazy.
I don't know, but you guys check out these commercials. We'll be right back.
革新のカーボンベゼル Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valentine. 究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りである。高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
バリのタイヤ。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
Made in Japan. Breed.
Had a brand new bed unit all the way through, just throws up. On the early
In a world of extremes, this is where they're refined. The real deal. Cusco.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
Welcome back to the 2023 G-Shock Presents Formula Drift Japan Round 3 here at Fuji International Speedway in the Shizuoka Prefecture. Beautiful weather out. We got fans out here excited, and here we are. We're moving on to the Grade 8. Had some rough tandem battles in the top 16. Made it rough on these judges. Multiple one more times, but hey, we're here. We're at the Grade 8. We're going to find out who's going to be champ here at Fuji.
Hey, but like you said, all we're here is we're just sitting here, pushing buttons. So not much hard work, right? Not so much thought going through our brains. Well, I mean, for some of you, probably think we're not so smart, but I think we watch a lot of drifting, so we kind of know what we're talking about a little bit.
Yes.
We're not perfect,
Yes,
though.
you do. You and
just a
Sean
little
both,
bit.
yes.
But seriously, though, I think a lot of you probably were guessing to see what's going on and stuff like that, and probably some of you are disagreeing with some of the calls, but we do have rules that we go over with the drivers at the drivers meeting and also in the rule book and so many stuff. So we do have to go by that and, you know, making the calls around what we talk about. And there was a couple of things that we brought up this round, especially for Fuji, because it's a different layout. And, you know, we're talking about the run-up. It's very, very different from other tracks because it's not just going straight into a run-up where it's kind of a curve. And there's some things that, you know, may be an advantage or a disadvantage to some of the drivers in the lead or the chase position. But we'll go ahead and move on because it's something to think about in the near future. But as of now, we are going to go ahead and get into the grade 8.
Yeah, get the grade 8 started. And here they are waiting for the light to go off. Yusuke Kusaba is going to be in the chase going against Kazumi Takahashi. Takahashi took Fuji last year. Let's see if he's going to be able to move on and take it this year. Oh, looks like a little bit of contact right there by Kusaba. But looks like there was a little bit of adjustment by Takahashi. Takahashi coming back around, gaining himself into that outer zone 1, outer zone 2. Kusaba very aggressive on this chase. More aggressive than I've seen earlier. And look at that. Right there, nice finish by Kusaba. A little bit of a shallower line in that outer zone 3, but man, he got that proximity down.
Yeah, so once again, there was a contact by the chase driver at the run-up, and right there was a big correction by Kusaba. Most likely probably going to incomplete that in the chase position. I don't know if that was affected because he did have contact at the run-up. And just as I was talking about the run-up, you know, positioning is very important, and I think Takahashi hugs it on the inside, and I'm not going to say he blocks the chase car, but he is in a position where he has a right to do whatever he has to, and the chase car has to deal with it. And right when Kusaba was going into drift and crossing over, there was contact, and maybe because of that contact, maybe that affected him going to the outside zone 1, and there was a huge correction.
Yeah, and as we talk about contact, that's what happened on his previous run in the top 16. He was going against Hanawa, and they made contact just like that. Hanawa's in the chase, made contact to Takahashi. And then also talking about last year here at Fuji in 2022, same thing happened. Final round, the final run of the day, Takahashi was in the lead, and Matsuyama made contact with him, giving him pretty much an incomplete in the chase because it disturbed Takahashi's car so much that, you know, it kind of shut down the run. So we're going to see how Kusaba's going to make up for this here in the lead this time. He's been doing a phenomenal job on all his runs, so he's definitely going to throw down this time around. He knows he made the mistake in outer zone 1, so he's got to pick it up here and make it happen in the lead position this time. At the same time, Takahashi has to keep an aggressive approach and stay right on his fender throughout this course. And here they are coming through the chicane, approaching 3-2-1. Here they are leaving that 3-2-1. Kusaba coming around to outer zone 1. Nice job filling that zone, bringing it right back around into outer zone 2. Takahashi right there, trying to close that proximity a little bit more through that outer zone 3.
Yeah, so Kusaba doing everything he can in the lead position. Nice angle. Takahashi a little bit wobbly behind, but he does apply the pressure. Tries to get as close as possible at the outside zone 2 area. A little wobbly the whole time, Takahashi, but we're going to have to go with what we saw. Kusaba in the chase position. Huge mistake at the outside zone 1 area. And the contact they had before the run-up.
Here's another, the bird's eye view coming back around to this outer zone 2. Taking it all the way out to that outer zone 3, but like Robbie said, here's the side-by-side. Watch Kusaba here entering into this outer zone 1. That's where he makes that almost second initiation into that zone. So all it takes is one mistake like that, and it could ruin a run for you.
Yeah, and you know, the entry and the run-up is a big problem here because at the finals we had Takahashi actually was leading, and pretty much the chase car they had contact, and he ended up winning the event.
And here we are right here. All three judges are going left to Kazumi Takahashi. He's going to get the win and move on to the final four.
So it is a hard place to be. Like, let's say if you're chasing a car that enters like Takahashi, and as we spoke at the drivers meeting about placement, he doesn't cut right in after the chicane. He does gradually get into the inside, and pretty much the chase car has to make sure that they know that, and they should know that, and their spotter should be telling them that. But you know what? They get cut off, and that's what happens.
And here we are, Ken Gushi's in the chase while he's going against Koldai Sobakiri. Sobakiri coming around into this outer zone 1 right here. The second battle of the grade 8, swinging it back around to outer zone 2. Looks like Ken's getting a little smoked out there through that inside clip right there into outer zone 3. And man.
Huge correction by Gushi. He straightens before the finish line.
Sobakiri throwing down, giving a smoke trail.
And right here, it looks like the transition made by Gushi doesn't throw so much angle. He shallows up, and right there, he corrects and could not finish his run.
Definitely in the bad zone right there. Getting lost in the smoke trail by Sobakiri. And I said it before, Sobakiri has came out to throw down in these tandem battles. We're going to see how he's going to do in the chase while Ken Gushi's in the lead.
So second to the left over there, Chen Cheng, he's a good ride Japan rep, and also he is he was cheering on Mao Yamanaka, and Shibata was cheering on for Mao. So now he's doing the same, helping French friends out there. Yeah.
The love and support by other teams out here. There you go. That shows firsthand. So we're going to see how it's going to go this time. Ken Gushi this time is going to be in the lead while Koldai Sobakiri is going to be in the chase. Sobakiri's is in the Shibata Racing Yokohama GR86, while you have Ken Gushi in the Team Kazama with Power Vehicles brand new IS 500.
Yeah, and then now you know that Gushi is sitting on an incomplete in the chase position. So he's probably going to do everything in his power he can to do some kind of solid lead run. And Sobakiri is just going to have to chase him down.
Yeah, he's been doing a good job lately. So we're going to see how Sobakiri's going to do here this time with this big body four-door, swinging around into this outer zone 1. Nice job by Gushi. Look at that smoke trail, bringing it back around to this outer zone 2.
Oh.
Adjusting a little bit into that inside clip, but look at Sobakiri keeping that close proximity throughout the course.
Wow. You know what? Gushi threw mad angle at outside zone 2, but it did not phase Sobakiri. Sobakiri just did what he had to do, and even after there was a slight correction made by Gushi leaving the outside zone 2 area, Sobakiri just sticks it right there and stays right on Gushi, does not let him go, and finishes off the track.
Yeah, so right now it's not looking good for Ken Gushi. You can see right there, a little ways from that inside clip, Sobakiri, man, just throwing down, making it happen in the chase. And here we are, the results are in. Nishida is gonna go left. You got Imamura going left, and then Adriana is going left. All three judges going left. Koldai Sobakiri is going to get the win and move on to the final 4.
Congratulations to the young driver Sobakiri, knocking out FD Japan, also FD US veteran Kenshiro Gushi here at the grade 8, moving on to the final 4, and he will be facing Takahashi. And right there, there's a female right there. She's in tears, probably from happiness. for Sobakiri moving on. There's a lot of emotional feelings going through some of these team members and drivers and so forth. Happy for this younger driver to move on. So let's go ahead and see how far he is going to move on if he's going to be going against Takahashi. But before we go to that, we're going to have to find out who else is going to be making it into the Final Four.
And here we are. Mad Mike Woodet is going to be leading the way against Tetsuya Hibino. Here they are bringing it into this 3-2-1. Hibino's right there beside him. Mad Mike's throwing down on the throttle into outer zone 1. Nice job smoking him out, bringing it back to this outer zone 2.
Oh.
Hard angle. Oh, big collision right there.
Oh, man.
Man, Hibino came in real hot after outer zone 2.
Man, that looked like Hibino came in from the wrong area, but it looked like Mad Mike kind of almost parked it there. Oof. Yeah, that might have been a pretty long pause, and it looked like Mike almost over-rotated. So he had to kind of wait for the car to settle. And as he was doing that, Hibino came in. Man, it looks like his left rear suspension
is bent.
Yeah, something is bent. It was a pretty hard hit.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. So you can see the damage right there to his left rear. Man. Sorry about all the silence, but yeah, there's a lot going on right now. You can see the damage done to his vehicle. Hibino making huge contact after outer zone 2. And like Robbie was saying, it looks like the pause might have been longer than expected by Mad Mike after outer zone 1 to outer zone 2. He threw some sick angle into that outer zone 2, but it might have been too much. He was trying to hang on and let the car settle. And Hibino came in real hot. Let's see this replay once again. Yeah, he was a little past 90 right there, and that's when Hibino came in real hot to that outer zone 2.
Yeah, so looking at the incident that we just had right now, reviewing it, I think all of the judges is going with the fault is going to actually be on the lead car. Mad Mike, he did pause and slow down a little bit too much at the outside zone 2. It looked like he was trying to hold his hard angle that he threw. And also Hibino coming in, anticipating that, you know, Mike would be out of there. So we're going to have to put the fault on the lead car, Mike Woodet. So he would have to use his competition timeout to get his car repaired, and Hibino would have actually 10 minutes to get his car checked, and also additional competition timeout if he needs it.
Yeah, that's probably some of the hardest contact we've had lately, or, you know, in a long while right there. But yeah, you saw how Hibino came in real hot and just made that contact. Very intense. Hopefully they could get the car squared away. Hibino's coming back to the hot pit area, swinging back through the track right now. He's waving, so it looks like things are looking good for him right now with his vehicle. It looks like it's driving pretty straight, but he definitely needs to get it checked out.
Yeah, so we have a different replay system here, and we keep watching the replay just to make sure that we're not making a wrong decision. Not wrong, but a decision. But it looks like there was too much. Mad Mike was a little bit early on the outside zone 2. Paused, and it looked like he wasn't even going to reach to the inside cliff. There you go right now. Back to the hot pits. Yeah, so as you heard right now, it's talking about the knuckle. Yeah, so I think right now they're talking about the time on the repairs, and that is not the look where Mad Mike.
Yeah, and it sounds like they were talking. It sounds like the knuckle suffered the most damage. It's not just an arm.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, we were talking about this at the drivers' meeting too, and I think Mike and his team did want to. They want to put on a good show for everybody, where he does throw a lot of angle at outside zone 2, just like as you saw at the qualify as well. And that's the area we always talk about, the X factor in the U.S., trying to do something spectacular to, you know, show off some skill versus a smooth style driving. I think they're going to go ahead and see what's going on. So like we were talking already, Mike's team will have to make a competition timeout, and it looks like Hibino isn't even going to check his car. He looks like he's okay. He's back at the straight.
Yeah, much of the contact was made in the center of the car. So we'll see how it's going to pan out for Mad Mike. I've said it before, he's had a busy schedule coming all the way out from Pikes Peak, testing his car out, the Mazda 3. Calls it the Bullet. And here he is out here competing, just flew in like 3 days ago to make this happen. And unfortunately, this contact is, you know, not looking good for the team.
And just as we saw in the pits, it looks like Mad Mike's team is going to have to throw in the towel because they're not going to be able to do the repair within their competition timeout. So it looks like it's going to be a buy run from Hibino. So Hibino is going to make it into the Final 4 here. Wow, there's a lot of major upsets along the way here, because we see the higher qualifying drivers getting knocked out.
Hard angle right there, flicked by Hibino. He's done that multiple times, and he made it look real easy right there.
So I think the reason why we put it on Mike was if you compared it where there was a hard flick Hibino made, he was able to get on throttle quicker, and there was a slight pause from Mad Mike's vehicle where there was kind of a slowdown, and unfortunately that is not a happy face from Mad Mike Woodette here, but he did the whole, you know, international hand signal where it's an X. They won't be moving on.
Yeah, let's go battle with Hibino. So I knew Hibino's similar style, big, wild ninja flicks. Lead run, man, the car has been flawless. Freaking all testing, qualifying obviously yesterday. And then threw it in pretty deep. I probably paused a little bit too much. I probably threw it a little bit too hard. And then, yeah, I was kind of waiting for a bit of a bang, and yeah, hit me really hard. Unfortunately, it's bent the subframe. It's torn the mounts off the subframe, and it's broken a knuckle. It's fixable, but not in 5 minutes. So yeah, we'll let the show roll on. But for us, it'll still be in the top 8. We'll walk away today with 5th, which is good points. You know, we're doing a lot. I mean, everyone's saying about me traveling the world, doing all this stuff, but there's 2 people that are far more busy than me. That's my wife, Tony, back at home, behind the scenes, doing everything. And Kawato-san, that's literally wrenching everything. I get the fun job. I just get to drive the cars. But いや、ありがとうございます。大変楽しかったです。
ありがとうございました。
All right, so Robbie's going to go ahead and translate Mad Mike's interview right there to the spectators out here on the PA system. But you can see right there the devotion he has for the fans and the driving that he does. You know, he's all about making a show. He said he was going to throw big angle, but like he said, he may have paused too much, causing the contact with Hibino. So unfortunately, the damage that they suffered, it's going to be the end of their day. But yeah, behind the scenes, the team, like he said, credit. That's a lot of drivers do firsthand whenever they win. They credit their team, the people behind the scenes that make it happen. And obviously your family that supports you, that allows you to come out here. So, you know, shout out to my wife that allows me to come out here and do this, talk to y'all out there, the fans, and then, you know, shout out to y'all for supporting myself and Robbie to make it happen. So, you know, it's a huge support system to make everything happen and then this competition to happen. But we're going to go ahead and move on. This is going to be our last battle of the Grade 8. And it's going to be against a new competitor in the series. Here he is, Xiao Changhao. He's going to be chasing down Mao Yamanaka.
And Mao Yamanaka.
Ooh, pushing him along right there.
Ooh. Not giving him any space, but needs to be a little bit more out on the line.
Right here, bringing it back around the outer zone 2. Mao Yamanaka doing a phenomenal job in that lead position, especially getting pushed from the start.
There you go. Overall, Xiao Changhao, a little bit small on the line, but I think overall very close on proximity. But Mao Yamanaka getting out to the outside zone 1, getting out to the outside zone 2 as well. Nice angle, and right here cutting a little short on the inside where Xia also gets carried in, but he does make a smaller line at the outside zone 3 too. So overall, as you can see, the placement of the vehicles, the chase car runs slightly smaller, and there's actually 2 tires off right there when he was chasing Yamanaka in the inside clip, and not so close to the outside zone 3 either. Let's go ahead and check out this drone footage right here. Cutting the line a little bit and trying to just stay close to the lead driver. But a dynamic driving by Yamanaka.
Here we are. Good Ride, Canole, Mr. DIY, Team Fukushima, Ling Long, all the girls out there cheering on their drivers to make this happen.
And there is Kazama again. I think he is also spotting for Yamanaka. That's kind of cool to see a veteran, you know, giving advice to these younger drivers. Like Yamanaka is probably like mid-20s, but very young driver. And his father, Kenji Yamanaka, also an ex-Formula Drift USA driver from a while back as well. So we do have a few drifting families in here in the series.
All right, now the tables have been turned. Xiao Changhao is going to be in the lead this time, while you have Mao Yamanaka in the chase. And here they are coming around the bend into this 3-2-1. And it looks like Mao's giving him a little bit of space here early on, bringing it right back around to this outer zone 2. Hopefully he doesn't get lost in the smoke right here, leaving that inside clip. And there he goes right there, losing that proximity. So not sure what happened, what his strategy was behind this, because he had a solid lead run. And yeah, he left a lot out there where Xiao Changhao just went ahead and took it. Look at that, early on, huge gap right there, bringing it back around. Thought he could dial it in a little bit more, and then here's where he just pulls away. Xiao just pulls away.
He also washes out
on that inside clip.
Yeah, so he doesn't get near the inside clip either. So there's no mimic in line. There's no proximity either.
Yeah, he was really far out on that inside clip, and then very little angle through that outer zone 3. Side-by-side view right here. So we're going to see definitely different strategy between two drivers in the chase position. But both also lacking in proximity right there. He dialed in toward the end for Xiao, but I don't know if it was enough. But we're going to see what the judges are going to say for the final call on this one.
All right, so one car has more proximity, but very line isn't so good. One car has no proximity and does it okay on the line and has angle. And the other one with more proximity is very unstable, but they are taking a risk. So there's so much things right now that is thrown up in the air, and we're just waiting for it to land and tell us what's going on, because this is not what I was expecting to see for a grade 8 battle, though, to be honest.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm not sure what happened. Mao Yamanaka in that chase position definitely gave him a lot of slack from the start, and that slack kind of kept it throughout the track. So I don't know if he wasn't ready, what his tactics were, but definitely did not work for him on his chase run. We'll see here what the judges are going to say for the final call. Who's going to move on to the final four? Is it going to be Xia Changhao? Is it going to be Mao Yamanaka? Who's going to be battling out against Tetsuya Hibino on the right side of the bracket? And it looks like the results have been made. And here we are. Nishida is going to go with a one more time. Imamura is going to go with a one more time. And Adriana is going to go with a one more time. So it looks like unanimously we're going to see a one more time battle between these two.
I mean, you know what? I want, if there was a way to pick that more, I think that was like the most one more time-ish, one more time, I think, out of all of today, because I don't even know, going off of the lead, both of the chases were kind of sloppy. Well, one was sloppier because he was closer. The other one was cleaner, but he was way too far, and it was like, I think this is the perfect way to say, you know, we're going to have to see it one more time, because
too many mistakes were made by both drivers.
I understand if there's some kind of proximity, you can make mistakes and it's a risk. Now, when you're super close, you can make mistakes, but you have to be that close to make the mistakes. Now, they weren't that close, and when he was far, he still made a little bit of mistake. In the lead, both the drivers did fairly okay on the lead, so, I mean, sorry, guys, it's going to be one more time.
So yeah, like Robbie said, should have been the last battle for the grade 8. So it looks like we're gonna have one more time battle before we can move on to the final four. But yeah, like Mikey said before when we started the grade 8, we don't have any of our top 5 drivers in the mix right now for the series point standing. So not sure how it's gonna pan out, who's gonna be moving up, who's gonna be moving down. But very intense. Takahashi so far is gonna be going against Sobakiri on the left side of the bracket, and we're trying to find out who's gonna be going against Hibino.
Yeah, so right now, Takahashi and Sobakiri, it's going to be an interesting one. Hibino versus one of these drivers, that's going to be another interesting final four. So either or, it's going to be fun, so I guarantee you that.
But yeah, we got some time. We're waiting for this one more time battle to happen. Where are you guys tuning in from? I haven't quite seen anybody say any times or locations. I see a lot of agreeing and disagreeing with these things. I mean, everybody's...
Who's disagreeing with me?
I don't know. I scrolled down. You can't see it anymore. But yeah, let me know where you're chiming in from. You know, we have some time to pass before this one more time battle happens, because we can't move on to the final four without our fourth competitor here.
Yes, we have to.
So we got Australia making it happen out there. 3:30 p.m.
Yeah, I know, line them up, I know. I wish we had cars that lasted tires.
10:30 in LA, it's 1:30 New York.
30, 40 laps.
Oh, so that's one thing
tire changes.
That's one thing Mike told me was on his car, he's getting 6 laps, unlike, back in 2018, he was only getting 2 laps out of his tires. They're on a different compound of Toyo tires.
Yeah,
but
yeah. And you know what? Some of these drivers, I heard that they're getting only 2 laps
That's
here at
wild.
this track too. So
we got Las Vegas, Belgium, Italy, Vegas again, Eastern USA, Florida, Arizona, Minnesota. Shout out to all y'all out there. New Zealand, Argentina, all over the world, Indonesia.
that's awesome.
That's crazy.
That is awesome. And you know what? By the end of this year, Kenny's going to be moving back to the States. So he's going to be moving to Texas. And Sean always lives in Long Beach. So if you want to see Sean, go to Long Beach. You want to see Kenny, go see him in Texas.
There you go.
If you want to see me, you have to come to Japan. Yeah, so you know what? Hey, you know, we got some time right now, so let's go ahead and talk about, you know, some stuff where you have any more things that you want to bring up. I know we talked about, you know, the run-up and things. But, oh, you know what? Before we go to that, let's go ahead and see. We have an interview with Takahashi, who is currently in the Final Four and who also won the round last year.
一昨年単走優勝をさせてもらってて、去年のラウンドは追走で優勝することができたので、今年に関してはそれ両方一気に狙おうかなというつもりでは臨んでます。やっぱり僕の場合だと最初の 100R の出口の部分がちょっとアンダーになることが多くて、そこのリズムが崩れてしまうとちょっと他のコーナーすべて引きずってしまうので、やっぱり最初が肝心かなと思います。国際サーキットどこもそうなんですけど、その中でもやっぱりこの富士スピードウェイっていうのは日本屈指のサーキットだと思うんで、そういうところを、もう全開で走れるのは本当気持ちよくて最高です。ちょっと天候とか心配なんですけど、天候に左右されることなく自分の走りをすることだけだと思うんで、自分の走りをしっかりして単走から優勝を目指して頑張っていきます。
So at an interview with Takahashi here, he said, you know, he came first in qualify 2 years ago, and last year he was able to win the event by winning all the tandems. So he said, you know, coming off the run-up, he wants to make sure that he doesn't understeer, so he starts very early, and he keeps going. He said, you know, since it is an international track, it feels really good to be driving 100% here. And he said, you know, he's a little worried about the weather, see how that's going to turn out, but will try his best to make it to the top. And looks like he is doing really well today. On his way, still, you know, right now he's going to be facing Sobakiri at the Final Four, but we'll see who's going to win there. But before we go to that, we are still waiting on Xiao Changhao versus Yamanaka one more time.
But with that being said, next weekend we'll be back at Ebisu Circuit.
Yeah, we'll be back at Ebisu Circuit, but before we go to that, let's go ahead and see Hibino's interview now.
丈夫だねこれね、見たこれ。全然無傷だから無傷なんですよね。やっぱりね、フォーミュラ G のやっぱりレギュレーションってしっかりしてるから、うんちゃん安全だね。ちょっと痛いけどでもね、マットマイクと一緒にスタート位置立てて本当にね嬉しかった正直、やる気になっちゃったから2人ともミスったね前止まっちゃったね。俺もねスタート離されたかなと思って行くよって言った時に止まってたからちょっとぶつかっちゃったね。一生懸命やったからしゃあないかなって思います。自分まだ走れるんで次も一生懸命頑張りたいと思います。
次に向けた意気込みを。
ここまでやりたくないんで次は気合を 80% ぐらいにして、走りたいと思います。ありがとうございます。頑張ります。
ピットからは以上です。
He said, check out my car. It's like, this car is really strong because there's no damage. He said, thanks to the FD tech, the driver is, you know, safe. But he said he is a little bit in pain, probably from the damage. But, you know, he said he was really happy to be able to line up at the start with Mad Mike. And he knew that, you know, he had to go in 100%, and he knew that Mike was going to go 100% as well, so he went in it. But he said we both made our mistakes, and he thinks, you know, Mike did make his mistake as well, so he kind of slowed down in front of him, so he had nowhere to go. So he hit him. But, you know, he said that's just too bad because they're both going hard as possible, and, you know, that's where they're going to end up. You know, it's going to be a good run or, you know, a big mistake where there's collision. And he is still moving on, so he said, you know, he's going to go harder next. but not as hard, maybe 80%, because he doesn't want to end up like that, because he did go in hard because he knew that he was going against Mad Mike. So
yeah, and that's the thing. They both have almost similar driving styles with the hard angle they've been throwing all weekend at outer zone 2, transitioning into that inside clip. Because a lot of these drivers struggled for that hard flick back into that outer zone 2 and carrying it through that inside clip. And it's unfortunate that, like Mad Mike was saying to himself, he kind of stalled a little there, and
yeah, but he did it because he knew that he had to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's mad props to him. You know, you want to show off, do something dope in front of everybody. You know, you want you to, you know, we do the whoa, you know, when there's a good run. And that's exactly what I want these two drivers to do as well, because now it's going to be Yamanaka leading again, and Xia Changhao is going to give chase.
Still being aggressive. Xiao's coming around in that chase position. Yamanaka throwing down. Could get a little deeper. Whoa, what's going on right there? Oh.
Uh-oh, something happened.
Oh. Yamanaka's got smoke going on the inside.
Oh, that's oil. He blew his motor. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, that's a lot of oil on the track. We could see it from here in the judging stand, but you see all the flame coming out of the Supra from Yamanaka's car? Right from there. Oh,
wow.
man. Yeah,
man, very unfortunate, because last round he suffered clutch issues.
And this time it's the motor.
Now it's the motor. New build, new car this year. He was an S15. Pretty beast 2J S15 last year, moving up into this A90 Supra. And things are just not working out for him. It was looking very good for him. He was looking strong to move on to the Final Four, but at this point, we all can see that's probably going to be a wrap for him. I'm kind of stating the obvious here.
Yeah, I mean, it is, and it's unfortunate that it did happen. Yeah, the flame was probably from, you know, the oil coming out of the block, or it's probably a hole in the block or the oil pan or something now. Maybe it threw a rod.
And that's probably what.
But I mean, don't get me wrong, it's unfortunate, but it did kind of look cool. Right.
It did. Everybody's safe, so yes, it did look cool. You're right. Very unfortunate for the Good Ride Motorsports team, for the vehicle not cooperating. You see Mao staring at his car, very upset with the situation at hand, and there, right there, his team. And they're checking out right now the course. It may take a few minutes to get this cleaned up and squared away for the Final Four battles.
Yeah, so it's a sad driver right there. Unfortunate for this young driver having to go out like this time.
They're going to go get the tow rig out.
Most likely with the blown motor. Ooh, and you know what? That area where the oil spill is exactly, the first half of the oil spill is exactly where the lead car would try to throw an angle. So this may affect the outcomes of how the Final Four is gonna, how the Final Four is gonna go.
Exactly. Members in the chat were saying that it's more concerning about how the track conditions are going to be for the rest of these drivers for these battles.
Yes, it is.
And you're right. You know, it's going to take away the intensity of the battles and how they're going to approach it, and you know, do the proximity and all that stuff for their runs. And it looks like the track workers are out there checking it out.
Man, this is really unfortunate for Yamanaka. Like you said, you know, the last round the last round he suffered drivetrain issues. This time he has engine, I mean it's an
Failure,
obvious issue,
yeah.
but a failure. He needs a break, I guess. But you know what? Sometimes, you know, as a competitor, and I think, you know, Sean will probably agree with this, but you know, it's not always, you know, flowers and butterflies and the happiness there, because you know, I did compete before, and I think half of the time it's usually like car down, issue, something's wrong, and you're constantly fighting that, and having to fight that, you know, it's not a good feeling. And sometimes you know, forget why you're doing it because it happens so much. And I hope Yamanaka doesn't feel that way, trying to move forward from here. But let's go ahead and, I'm gonna go ahead and hand over the mic to Sean, and he could tell us about how, you know, hard it is to run a team and compete.
Yo, why Robbie gotta call me out like that, dude?
Sean's
nah,
back.
but he's right. Like, it does kind of suck like that. You know, everybody has a bad year, has some bad luck or whatever, but when things just keep constantly happening and you just keep pushing and then overcome all these obstacles, but they just keep getting thrown at you, that definitely does kind of kill your motivation like a ton. Seen it a lot over the years with a lot of drivers, and it sucks to see. But I will say, I do like, as soon as he realized that the motor was gone, he pulled straight off line. I mean, there's still a lot of oil on track, but...
Yeah. No, that was the quickest exit for him to take, was right there.
Yeah, for sure. Just straight off, you know, not damage the car anymore, but get the car off track, put it somewhere where he can safely get out and kind of make the best of the situation, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah, very unfortunate for the Good Ride Motorsports team, because it could have been a Good Ride Motorsports battle between the two. But yeah, so far, Sean, how's it been so far?
It's been good up until about this point, you know. Seemed like it was moving pretty smoothly. There's been some good battles. There's been some not at, oh.
Looks like we're having a Good Ride interview.
Yamanaka 選手はどうですかね。Yamanaka 選手はYamanaka 選手に何かアドバイスしたんですか。アドバイスはしてますけど、エンジンボードしたんですよ。僕のせいですいませんでした。いやあれは本当に事故だよね。いや本当に残念です。
He's asking for advice.
僕と純潔でやるって言ってたんですよ。初めから。それをね多分ね一生懸命やろうとしたんじゃないかなと思います。はい。ありがとうございます。
So Masuyama got knocked out by Sha Chang-hao, and as their teammates, Hibino was talking to him so they could actually go against each other at the semifinals. But you know, unfortunately, didn't happen, and now he's knocked out. So he was asking Masuyama for advice on what he can do so he can make it to the finals.
And I gotta say, Masuyama has had a phenomenal season last year moving on, so you know that's probably the right man to ask for advice, you know, coming from the FDUS series and now focusing 100% to the Formula Drift Japan series. He's trying to dial himself in.
Yeah, I was talking to a spotter, and they're saying they're having a little bit of trouble with the car, with the setup, just getting everything balanced. But I mean, he's definitely one of those drivers, you can tell once everything's working right, he will throw down for sure.
Exactly.
So I actually just got a question from a viewer. They're asking how are you liking those new brows, dude?
Oh yeah, they were making fun of my eyebrows, and I got them trimmed just for this man Kevin out there.
Looking all fresh over there, huh?
But yeah, I got some freshies now, but I'm good to go. It looks like they're about to load up Mao Yamanaka's car onto the flatbed.
Dude, it's always so crazy when they do this. Like, they don't, well, I guess we just don't really run drifting at proper circuits where they could do this.
Yeah, you got you got the Graham lights
gotta
right
make
there.
sure your wheels are strong, man. Drop the whole car. Any questions from the stream?
No, they were asking for a view with the drone to see the ground, and I just canceled it. My bad. But yeah, any questions by you guys out there watching from all around the world? I asked where you guys were watching from, and I gotta say, it is from all around the world, small to good. No, I didn't paint my nails too. My nails are natural. Thanks.
Oh man.
And now it's like, oh, it's roast Kenny time.
Yeah, Kenny's about to hit the spa after this. Dude.
Yeah, Kenny
Pamper
roast
himself.
time.
Is he standing under that car? Oh no.
I'm not a legend. That's Robbie. But now for those of you that tuned in the last few years, you guys know why I'm here.
Will I compete again? I get asked that question a lot. I'm not against competing, but it's just things got to work out. You know, I kind of started focusing on other stuff. So I mean, one day I'm open to it, but it's just gotta make sense and work out.
My hair color's staying natural. But my son does have red hair because it runs in the family. If I grow my beard out, I'll have a little bit of red in it too. But yeah,
little rust in there.
Exactly. But like I was saying before, if you've been watching us the last few years, the only reason why I'm in this position is, you know, the whole fact that we had COVID happening, country was shut down. I was already living here. Me and Robbie kind of hung out. You know, that's why we have this nice chemistry on the mic, some people say. But
Some people say.
Yeah, in reality, I hate the guy. He's pretty annoying. But, you know,
yeah, outside of this, they hate each other. They can't stand
Exactly.
we can't ride in the same car back to the hotel. There's Kenny will catch an Uber.
Exactly. No, me and Robbie get along very well. Robbie's like family to
That's
me, and you know, it's been a blessing doing this job and having y'all support me, because watch season 1 back in 2020 and you're gonna realize how botched my names were and all this, but here we are 4 years later, still making it happen, and we're having a good time on the mic just because y'all out there are supporting us.
Yeah, definitely a good dynamic with you guys, for sure.
Yes, and then Sean has now joined the group as the trio now, so I enjoy
man.
Sean being here the last
Nobody
3 rounds.
wants to hear me. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic back off to Robbie.
So I think they're going to go into, they're going to do a pit report right now from the hot pits to see, I think they're going to ask a few questions to Sobakiri. And there we go, that's Sobakiri. That's actually 2 of the drivers that are going to go against each other. That's Sobakiri to the left and Takahashi to the right.
そば切り5台です。今は待ってる状態で、はい。まあ本当仲いい関係なので、いつもこうワクワクしてます。早く走るのが楽しみです。はい。
そうですね、本当普段から仲良くしていただいているので、広大先輩には。本当、気の知れた仲なんで、思いっきり走れるかなと思います。いいものを見せれたいなと思います。
対戦した回数はもう今回で3回目じゃフォーミュラ D2 回目か、2回目っていう、前回の恵比寿西で当たりましたが、その時は僕が勝たせていただきました。はい。今回も勝ちたいと思います。はい、
いや対戦するの初めてなんですけど、ちょっとね、ちょっと思いっきりやって、先輩の胸を借りてしっかり倒したいと思います。
All right, so sounds like.
ありがとうございます。
Am I on the mic?
You are on the mic there, Robbie.
Did you hear me?
See, he's not used to it
no,
now.
I can't hear. All right, so yeah, he said Sobakiri, you know, they're just right now waiting for the battle to come, but he is excited. They both get along really well. They're both good friends off the track as well, so they're just excited to go against each other, and they just want to do a good job and have a good tandem and show you guys a good show. And we asked if this was the first time they went against each other. Sobakiri said no, this is the second time. At Ebisu, he beat him the last time. So Takahashi said, no, this is our first time. He doesn't want to remember him getting beat by Sobakiri. So let's see how it's going to pan out today here. Is Takahashi going to get his revenge and make it to the finals? Or is Sobakiri going to take on Takahashi one more time?
It's going to be interesting. Yeah, Takahashi's trying to be a back-to-back winner here at Fuji. We'll see.
Yeah, and right now we see the guys, the track workers, cleaning up the oil. They have, their truck that, the vacuum truck, the cleaner. So it looks like it's taking a lot shorter of a time than, the witch room style, the witch room style oil cleaning. But it looks like everybody's walking away, so we should be ready soon.
So yeah, Robbie, somebody said thanks for translating. If you view in next weekend, we have FDJ2, FDJ3 at Ebisu. It's going to be on one live stream. The live stream is going to be in both Japanese and English, so you'll hear me chime in every once in a while. But for the most part, it's going to be this man talking. He's going to be talking to the people out in the crowd on the PA system in Japanese. And you can see him waving right now. And then you're going to have me on the mic talking in English to y'all, and so he kind of cuts me off. He's like, hey, stop talking. I got to translate for you.
Well, there's only a very short amount of time that we have to explain both about the driver and the run and stuff like that. We'll try our best, so if you have time next weekend, please chime back in. You'll hear more of us. And if you don't want to hear us, just put us on mute.
I promise I didn't paint my nails. Sean, look what you started.
Yeah, but right now we have for the final four, we got Takahashi versus Sobakiri awaiting, and I think we have to see Xiao Chang Hao's. He has to actually do a by run to show that his car is capable of running. And I think he had to go back to clean his windshield and stuff because he got oil and everything all over the car, all over his windshield. So I think they went back to get that cleaned off.
Man, I got to say, though, what a way to come into this series. Here he is, third round of Formula Drift Japan. He was trying to make it to round one, wasn't able to make it to the first two rounds. Into the final four now. We're going to see if he can podium.
Yeah, I mean, he's really close. I mean, we have Takahashi qualifying 8th, Sobakiri qualifying 4th, Hibino qualifying 7th. So none of the top 5 drivers the top 3 drivers are in here. And Xiao qualifying at 30th.
Barely
making it all the way.
Yeah,
he makes it around Kanta. Then he wins over Masuyama and now over Yamanaka. So some people may say, we have good luck and stuff like that, but you know what?
Yeah, look,
all of it is needed to be in the competition. And sometimes just because you qualify low, that doesn't mean that you're going to get knocked out early. And he is able and capable of doing what he is doing right now, and still in the competition. So hands down to him for his first ever Formula Drift Japan round, and looking forward to seeing what he's going to do going against Hibino. Before this, we're just waiting on the driver to be ready for his by run.
They were asking, they want to see us battle it out. Robbie always picks on me when we go to the track, so you don't have to worry about that. Thank you guys out there. Just reading the comments. They're not going to mute you because you're a Sora lover. He's Sora by heart. He loves a Sora. He wants to get
any
another
car.
one. He does.
I do. I have ADHD, so. And right there, you see in the pits right there, Mad Mike Woodette, Sobakiri, Takahashi, Hibino. And I hope Mike isn't just saying, what are they talking about?
But yeah, they're waiting him to get his car back to the line to do the by run. Robbie's got more information on what's going on now. So then we can see who's going to battle out right there. Those 3 are moving on to the finals, and Xiao Chang Hao is going to move on with them. So it's going to be a special dynamic. You're going to have a BMW E92 BMW in the mix. You got a GR86. You got a BMW E92 Eurofighter in it, and then you got a R35 GTR. So it's a pretty cool dynamic of cars that are going to be there. Not an S15 or not an S chassis or a JZX chassis.
Hey, and you know what I always talk about? JZXs are great cars. I love them. S chassis are great cars. I love those too. It's just that, it is sometimes you know, if you're eating curry rice all the time, sometimes you want to eat ramen.
Here you go. You could vote. Who would you want to see compete more? Oh, I think Robbie and Sean. Robbie and Sean would be a really good mix.
Oh man.
Actually, you might be able to catch him because Robbie has a few videos on his YouTube channel. I think they went a few years ago, like 18, 17?
We did a long time ago. Then Sean brake checked me.
Dirty. He's a dirty driver.
You know what's crazy? It was my car, and I lent them to everybody, to every city, because it was back in the days when the cars were cheaper. And I had a Stagia drift car, and then Sean was driving an R32 drift car. And we were at tailgate course, and he brake checked me, and I ran into him. So basically, when I ran into him, I damaged both of my cars in one hit. He'll post a video on his Instagram or something later, so it's kind of funny because it's like, oh snap, boom, you know. And I remember we had to pull the intercooler off, and we had to go and weld it so we can go and drive more and stuff like that. I mean, fun days, you know, track days are always cool. I think it wasn't even a Matsuri or something. It was when everybody was over for a vacation or something to have fun. But right now, I think Xiao is going to go out to do a sight lap. Then we're going to have him do his by run because we don't want him to go out on the track not knowing the conditions and going full on and you know, having another issue out there. After that, we're going to go into the Takahashi versus Sobakiri, which there's not going to be any sight laps. It's just going to be straight on to the battles.
All right, so here we are. Let's see how it went. Oh, man, it's 50%. They want to see us battle it out. Why? He's an ex-pro, and I'm like a backseat driver at that point.
No, man, you can't think like that. You can't think like that.
We did drive my JZX 100 today, or this event, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Got to get it back on the road.
And, you know, I always tell people when they're driving, it's like, if you can do a figure eight, pretty much you're a good drifter. It's all about, you know,
commitment is a big thing.
How much you could commit and how well you feel that day, and if you can do what you're supposed to do at the right time, and that really counts. So here you go. That's a sight lap by Sha Chang Hao. I'm just gonna call him Sha because you know I'm having trouble pronouncing his name. But there you go, right there on the side. It's a R35 GTR with Atlas tires. I've driven these chassis a few times in my time, and I would have to say the development of the car really makes a big difference because it is a car that's not supposed to be drifting, converted to a drift car.
Yeah, and 10 years, so this is our 10th year anniversary. 10 years ago, Robbie was actually on this track with the R33 Skyline.
Actually, 10 years ago, yesterday, I podiumed in Orlando. It was on my Facebook thingy.
Man. And now you're here handing out trophies.
I had a question of what was the most fun about driving professionally?
Oh, yes.
The connections you make. I mean, it sounds corny, but the places that takes you, like I even just went to Mongolia because of my career and what I do after my career. Like the things that you do now could last for a while, and the people that you meet, like look at, you know, I get to talk to you guys on the live stream. I get to drive with all these great drivers. A lot of these drivers I've been on track with before, and I know they're experts. A lot of the countries I've probably been to over more than 20, 30 countries in the world because of drifting. And there you go, fan favorite right there.
Yukio Fausto.
Yukio Fausto. Also, you know, guys like him, there's no way I would have met him if I wasn't drifting. So, you know, behind every move you make, you just have to make sure that, you know, there are always something that there's a plus in it. You know, it's not all about just winning, or it's not all about just the, you know, the most likes on, you know, social media. It's all about who cares about it and who wants to be there with you and for you. So, and you know, it's all family too. So,
and a big thing, like somebody said, yes, Robbie, thank you for your service and what you do for the drift community and the drift series here, both in the U.S. and Formula Drift Japan. I mean, that's right. He does a lot.
I do, but I do it for myself as well, and I think everybody watching this live stream, you're doing it and you're helping out the community in a small piece too, so you have to always have that in mind. So
exactly, but looks like Xia Changhao is ready to go, ripping through the chicane, approaching the 3-2-1 into this outer zone 1. Let's see how it's going to perform after the track got cleaned up, and looks like he's doing pretty good here. And this is the part where the oil got put down, and here he is in the outer zone two.
Yeah.
Not too bad right there into the inside clip. So it looks like the track's ready to go for some tandem battles.
Yeah, I think it looks like it might be easier for the front to get into understeer maybe. So you have to make sure that, you know, you're always keeping the throttle open, keeping the weight on the back of the car. Instead of, you know, if you let off a little bit, obviously the front end's going to kind of sink. It's going to go on your steering, and if you're, you know, don't have enough grip on the front, you're going to start understeering. So he had to cut back a little bit. But you know what? Other than the correction he made from outside zone 2 to the inside clip, I think that was a really good lead run by Xiao. So looking forward to seeing him battle out with Hibino.
Yep, and it looks like we're going to be moving on. They're getting their tires scrubbed. We're done with the, you know, Robbie and Kenny FDJ podcast, but we're going to be moving back into competition to the Final Four here and see who's going to stake the win here at Fuji International Speedway.
Yeah, so here we are, Final Four. It's going to be Takahashi. It's going to be Takahashi versus Sobakiri.
All right, looks like Sobakiri's lined up. And yes, those dragonflies we used to wear that are on our hats, mine somewhere else. But yeah, you can get those at fishing stores. Somebody just asked that.
Oh yeah, that's to keep the other bugs away that are scared of dragonflies. All
right.
That's kind of crazy to learn. But yeah, let's go.
Now we're
It's the Final
focused in
Four.
on the Final Four right here. Kazumi Takahashi, he is going to be in the chase going against Cold Eye Sobakiri, which Sobakiri since last round has really stepped up his tandem battles. And you guys already saw in top 32, top 16, grade 8, all the battles that he's done, getting him here, phenomenal. But at the same time, Takahashi won Fuji last year. He wants it back again. And a lot of the chase drivers right now are having problems chasing after Takahashi. But here they are coming around. Sobakiri into outer zone 1. Nice job filling that zone, throwing a smoke trail right in Takahashi's face, coming back around. Looks like a minor adjustment in the lead right there through the inside clip to outer zone 3. But man, Takahashi definitely stepped up the proximity gap and made it happen at the end.
Yeah, so we're going to have to think of the track conditions as well, but there was a correction, same as where Xiao went over right here. Let's see Sobakiri outside zone 1, a little bit of wavering in the chase car where Takahashi wavers a little bit, but after that it doesn't look like Sobakiri's mistake affected the chase car. But where Takahashi is, let's go ahead and check this out one more time. Right there, when he does the transition, he is very shallow on angle. You can see the difference in angle right there. There's one tire off by Sobakiri at the outside zone 3 area. Now looking at it from this drone view, very shallow by the chase driver, but close in proximity. So now we have to see what happens when they switch places.
Yeah, and if Takahashi does what he's been doing, throwing down a solid lead run, this might be a game changer right here. But the biggest thing we've seen so far in the chase vehicles chasing after Takahashi is the approach that he takes into that outer zone 1. He hugs the right side of the track, kind of pinching off the chase driver. So we're going to see how Sobakiri's going to adjust himself. So here we are, a VR battle between the two.
All right, so
Sobakiri in the 8.6. Takahashi in the BMW lead this time, coming around. Like I said, he hugs that right side right here. Sobakiri right on him, bringing it back around into this outer zone 1. Nice mimic by Sobakiri in the chase, bringing it back around to this outer zone 2. Nice job by Takahashi coming into this outer zone 3 right here. But it looks like Sobakiri got a little bit lost and lost that proximity after that inside clip.
it looks like Sobakiri, but he was in the thick smoke of Takahashi's vehicle right here. I think he does a really good job here on the approach, chasing Takahashi. And outside zone 1 looked great on both cars. And right here at the switchback, man, Takahashi just laying it down in the lead position.
Yeah, that's definitely hard to follow, especially early on, starting off right there in that smoke trail by Sobakiri. And here he is coming back, switching back around into this inside clip. And there you go, nothing but white smokes clouding the way. unable to see outer zone 3, and yeah, trying to adjust himself to the inside portion of the track to get some views on where he needs to be to outer zone 3. Yeah, very nice angle by Takahashi in that outer zone 3. Here's the side-by-side view between these two.
All right, so let's go ahead and see how they handle everything. Now, being smoother in the chase, Sobakiri.
But I gotta say, that proximity that Takahashi was giving him, the pressure the whole time through that track.
Yeah, that was a lot of pressure from the chase vehicle. But we do have to see the placement of the lead vehicles as well. Let's go ahead and see the lead. Yeah.
I gotta say, that was one of Takahashi's better leads from outer zone 1 to 2, or yeah, 1 to 2, because he flicks it super hard. You can see right here, coming around, flicking it back around, and able to hold that angle all the way through with no adjustment. But when he was in the chase, you saw a lot of fluttering, like you said. The fluidity wasn't there, but he was able to keep that proximity. So not the cleanest, but you know, we're gonna see what all the judges have to say. And here we are. Nishida is gonna go right, Imamura is gonna go right, and Adriana is going right. Oh, one more time. So here we are. Kazumi Takahashi is gonna get the win, but let's see what Sean has to say.
Yeah, so I think Sean was looking into the placement of the car and the lead car and where they're guiding them and stuff. Yeah, so it was a better lead, better chase. One was a better lead, one was a better chase, and it was pretty much a split. And not more of the proximity and the placement of the car. But it was one more time from Sean, but two of us, me and Imamura, went with Takahashi, and Takahashi is going to move on to the finals.
But it looks like Sobakiri is going to lock in third.
Yeah, actually, Sobakiri's on the podium. He's in third. Because, yeah, he is qualified higher than Hibino and Xiao. So either or, it's going to be one of these two drivers making it to the finals or going to be fourth.
Ooh.
Oh, whoa. Finley. I just witnessed
that's Andy's son right there.
That's Andrew Gray's kids, Andrew and Emily's kids, and I just witnessed a drop kick by Finley. Andy, control your kids. Control your boys, Andy. Andy.
Oh.
Finley.
Memories for a lifetime right there. We got it recorded.
Finley is wild. He just came drop kicking his little brother. Hey, you know what? That's what brothers are for, right? They you know, cuts and bruises.
They're just keeping the excitement right there, and that just proves.
Oh, man. That was cool because we were like, hey, kids, and all of a sudden it's like, boom.
I want to see the replay on that. Slow motion replay.
Yeah, so.
I'm sorry, we got sidetracked there.
Hey, you know on YouTube, you can see like the most viewed when you fast forward.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's going to be it. That part's going to be it.
No, that was good. That was good there.
Hey, so, you know what? No kids were harmed in this stunt.
Exactly.
So they're done by professionals.
Exactly.
I mean, father's a professional driver.
It was in the script.
There's a lot of training. There's a lot of training.
It was in the script. You know, we made sure it was safe.
All right, so right now we're just waiting on Hibino versus Xiao's Final Four battle. And right now Takahashi is waiting on the other side. And Sobakiri is also waiting. There you go, Xiao's car, the R35 GTR with the big sticker on the sides, his Atlas tires. Made it to the semifinals. First event, first ever FD Japan event for him. And he made it to the semifinals, and he's going against a veteran, Tetsuya Hibino, driving the Good Ride ZR34. Brand new build. They debuted it at the Tokyo Auto Salon, I believe, with the Pandem kit on it, and now it is a full competition car right here, waiting for their battle to start.
All right, they're about to warm their tires up, and we're going to get this second half, the right side of the bracket, see who's going to battle out in the finals against Kazumi Takahashi.
Yeah, so warming up the fronts here, Hibino. It looks like Xiao is warming up all four right there.
Ready to see this battle go down.
Yeah, who do you think is going to...
Put your vote in on who you think is going to win.
Yeah, who do you think is going to win? Is it going to be Xiao or is it going to be Hibino?
We're looking at about an 80-20 split almost between these two. So we're going to see how it's going to go down. We got, looks like they're ready to go, lined up at the line. Robbie, I don't think he's ready, but we'll see. We got to get focused now.
Yeah,
Here
let's
it
get
is.
focused. Come on, let's go. Let's get focused. Now we got Hibino and Xiao is at the line. First time driving the Formula Drift Japan series.
Yeah,
going against a big vet here for the finals.
Cha Chang Hao, let's see how he's going to do. First time in Formula Drift Japan, Hibino, very aggressive driver, and here they are coming around outer zone 1. Nice job. Looks like Xiao's taking a lighter line there in outer zone 1, but bringing it right back out, and here they are into that inside clip. Oh, and Cha Chang Hao unable to carry that through in that inside clip. Man.
Hey, you know what? But Xiao was coming up pretty close, taking a smaller line than Hibino, but approaching the outside zone 2, does a good job getting close, but maybe got a little too close. Couldn't hold himself through the inside clip right there. A little bit too much angle there. Could not hold the car and half spun through the inside clip. Let's go ahead and check out the drone replay here. He did do a transition a little bit too early and had to stretch it going to the inside clip. Hibino finishing off his run. Yeah, so the oil spill right there, it is probably messing with some of the drivers.
So we'll see they're making their way back to the start line. All right, waiting for this second half of the battle. This is it. The right side of the bracket is about to be completed. Who is it going to be, Hibino or is it going to be Xiao? And we're going to battle it out here. Cha Chang Hao is going to be in the lead this time, while Tetsuya Hibino is going to be in the chase. And it looks like they're lined up and ready to go.
All right, here we are now. We're going to see Xiao chase down Hibino, but it's not looking good for him. But what's going to happen is he's going to go ahead and throw down. Let's see what he's got and show us what he can do in the lead.
And here he is. Nice job filling that outer zone 1, bringing it back around to the outer zone 2. Hibino falling back a little bit there, but Xiao a little bit deep on that inside clip. Filling that outer zone 3, and Tetsuya Hibino bringing it back in, reeling it in on the outer zone 3.
Man, but you know what? That's Hibino not making a major mistake in the chase position. Yeah, not so close, but that's not going to be an incomplete. But Xiao doing a good job on the lead. Very clean on the outside zone 1 and 2. Looks like he washed out a little bit after the outside zone 2. Didn't make it into the inside clip, but man, that was a very clean lead run. And, congrats to the first timer here, the rookie in FD Japan, making it all the way up to the semifinals. Very impressive driving all weekend, and he's another person to look forward to seeing in the near future in the series. Yeah, so you saw the drone view here.
All right, here it is, the final results. This is the official results. Who is moving on to go against Kazumi Takahashi? And here we are, Nishida is gonna go left, Imamura is going left, and then Adriana is going left. So there you go, Tetsuya Hibino is gonna get the win and move on to the finals.
So there you are, the Linglong Tire, Fukushima, Team Fukushima, and the DIY girls were all disappointed, but Xiao is fourth, and it looks like Sobakiri is actually going to be third on the podium because of the qualify, and Tetsuya Hibino gets the win, driving the Good Ride Racing ZR34. So looking at that car, that's actually a brand new car that they built at the beginning of this year and made it this far.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting on how this battle is going to pan out between the two. One, Sobakiri's been very aggressive in the chase position, but at the same time, Hibino's been very aggressive in the lead. So we're going to see how it's going to affect each driver when they're in that chase and the opposite position of one another.
Yeah, this is going to be very exciting to see, but we're going to go ahead and take a short break, and we'll be right back after this for the finals.
革新のカーボンベゼル Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valentine.
究極の静かさと安全性オンロードオフロード世界中で活躍するケンダその信頼を支える静音性安定性と対摩耗性世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りである高品質と納得の価格タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたにケンダ
バリのタイヤ
ultimate lubricant. Mortis.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
Made in Japan. Breed.
Kind of branding bending all the way through, just throws up. I mean, early
In a world of extremes, this is where they're refined. The real deal. Cusco.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
And this is it. This is what it all came down to here at the finals on the 2023 G-Shock Presents Formula Drift Japan Round 3 here at the Fuji International Speedway in the Shizuoka Prefecture. We've waited the whole time. We've seen all these battles go down, but it all comes down to these last two drivers to see who's going to be the champion here at Fuji.
The music even tells you, you know, it's getting very tense. Because we are at the finals and we are finally here. Who is going to take the win? Is it going to be Takahashi, who did win this event here last year when we had Fuji, or is it going to be Hibino? I don't think he's been on the podium ever since a while back, since he was driving the LB car.
Yes, exactly. I think you're 100% right on that, but at the same time, Takahashi, he wants to be back on the podium here at Fuji, solidifying this spot once again and moving up in the points ranking. Well, we're going to have to see here because we already got our third place winner right now.
Yeah, we have Sobakiri is going to be on the podium in third place because of the qualifying order. And all we have left right now is the finals. And I guarantee you it's going to be a pretty exciting one because both these drivers are not going to hold back. And they're both going to go 120%. And like Hibino was saying earlier, he said maybe 80%. But, oh, Sobakiri's not ready yet. Oh, I'm sorry. Sobakiri's not supposed to be.
He's not supposed to be. I mean, yeah, he's
ready to get on the podium.
Yeah, exactly.
He's ready to get on the podium. But here we go. It's Takahashi going to the start line, and right here,
I'm very interested to see how it's going to be with Hibino, how aggressive he is, and Takahashi's approach to that 3-2-1.
Oh man, you know what I just noticed?
What's that?
Now it doesn't matter who wins here. The podium, there's no JZXs. Or there's no S chassis. It's a GR86.
It's all new car battle.
ZR34, E92. I mean, E92 is not new.
Yeah, but you know, still kind of new in the drift, you know, scene, I guess you could say. I mean,
wow,
at the
you know what? It
grassroots
makes
level.
me feel really, really old.
I mean, you're not really, you're just old. You're
No,
not really.
when I'm used to seeing a lot of S chassis and JZXs, and now, you know, I'm one of those guys who sit back and think, you know what?
I remember
You know,
when I had one.
it's, you know, time has changed, you know, and
You got to pass the torch.
Exactly, you got to get used to it too. So we have Hibino and Takahashi getting ready. Hibino warming up his fronts. We could see the painful
damage
door,
sustained,
door damage that he had contact with Mad Mike Gudet earlier. And that was at the grade 8. Yeah, and right here, like I said, Hibino taking out Meguro. After Meguro, he takes out Oe, the young driver. Then takes out Mad Mike Gudet at the grade 8. In Sha Chang Hao at the semifinals, and now he's at he's going against Takahashi. Now Takahashi taking out Matsui, another veteran driver. Then after that, Hanawa driving the Z4. Then Kusaba with the Cusco Racing GRA6. And for the semifinals, he takes out Sobakiri, which is 3rd place now. And now in the finals, going against Hibino.
You know what's crazy though is all 3 cars that are podium today are all VR.
Oh wow, this is all VR.
So it's a VR battle here.
Wow.
You saw Takahashi did a little bit of a purge for his nitrous. I'm not sure if Hibino is actually running nitrous, but here they are coming through the chicane. Hibino has been very aggressive through the transition from outer zone 1 to outer zone 2. We're going to see how he's going to do here and how Takahashi's going to do in the chase position. Here they are coming into outer zone 1. Nice job filling the outer zone 1. See that hard flick right there we were just talking about, but he may have done too much right there, washing out from that inside clip, while Takahashi right there is keeping that close proximity throughout the course. So Hibino might have done too much in that lead.
Yeah, he
which
did.
might have costed him.
Hey, you know what? I'll buy that because Hibino trying to show us a good battle here against Takahashi and threw it really hard, chucked it really hard outside zone 2, but it looked like his front washed out a little bit. Wasn't able to go back into the inside clip. He did miss the inside clip. As he is doing that, Takahashi right there near him, getting as close as possible. Getting closer, I guess, towards the end where it's the outside zone 3 area, but there is a sizable gap. Not sizable, but there's a small gap in between these 2 cars from the beginning. So now it's all up to how Hibino is going to chase down
Takahashi. Yeah, we're going to have to see that. Here's another replay right here. Yeah, there was some confusion. So the other E92 BMW is driven by Yamashta. He has a 2J. This right here is Takahashi, and he's had this VR in it the whole entire time. I know at one point he was in a JZX 100, but he came back to this Eurofighter that he's loved so much and has driven so well in, and we're going to see how he's going to do this time around in the lead position.
All right, so it's set. Hibino taking the offset lineup for the start. There's Kuro-chan, Kuroda, our starter. This may be the last start he is going to do for this round because this is the second half of our finals where Takahashi is leading and Hibino is going to give chase.
Like we talked about, Takahashi likes to be on the right side of the track right here. Hibino giving him the room right now, coming around into this outer zone 1. Takahashi real deep into that outer zone 1, bringing it right back around to outer zone 2. Hibino keeping that pressure on him. Look at that. In the chase position right there through that inside clip to outer zone 3 and all the way through to the finish. Pressure all the way.
Whoa. All right, so we're going to have to see the drone footage right here where Takahashi also has a good lead, but you have to look at Hibino, Takahashi 2 tires off. Hibino taking a smaller line out outside zone 2, but catches Takahashi at the in clip and does not let him go. More proximity by this chase run where Hibino gets closer. And Takahashi does have to leave 2 tires off at the outside zone 1. Now we're going to have to see the replay from all of this and determine, make a choice
Yeah, that was a very exciting run right here. Could be the last one of the day, or are we going to see a one more time battle between these two? You can see on that outer zone 3, Hibino had to short the line a little in that outer zone 3 to make that proximity gap close. But here's that side-by-side view we were talking about. Love the flick by Hibino right there. But yeah, what are y'all's thoughts? You can get your vote in right now. Cast your vote into the chat. There's a quick vote button. We're going to see right now what it's sitting at. It looks like it's a 57-42 split right now. Takahashi is what y'all are thinking. We're going to see how it's going to be. All judges analyzing these replays. Pinpointing certain mistakes made by the drivers.
I made up my mind, so I'm going to start talking. But this is a very, very close one because both of the drivers are making mistakes here and there. And in the lead position and the chase position,
Sorry, we're just reviewing it again and again and again, seeing what difference we see. But yeah, what a way to finish off here. Way better than last year's finish that we had, where there was contact, which pretty much washed out the run, giving the other driver the victory. So yeah, we said it before, this is round 3. We got 3 more rounds this year to finish off the 2023 season. This is the G-Shock Presents Formula Drift Japan round 3 here at Fuji International Speedway at the Shizuoka Prefecture. Next weekend, we'll be right back on live. It's going to be one live stream, Japanese and English. Robbie's going to be doing a lot of translating. He's going to be doing a lot of judging, a lot of explaining, everything. So he's going to have to get some rest this week. But we're going to be at Ebisu Circuit for FDJ2 and FDJ3 next weekend. So definitely tune into that. You can see the mix of things, how we run one live stream for the whole entire event, and you get to see some of these new up-and-coming drivers that want to make it into the Pro Series from the FDJ2 series. But then we also have the new series that started this year, FDJ3. That is the feeder series into the FDJ2 series, which is like Pro Spec in the US. So definitely we're trying to make the competition at the pro level more and more difficult. Obviously, it's going to take a few years to get that down, but for the longest time we've had just the Formula Drift Japan series. There was no FDJ2 about 2 years ago, and here we are running our 3rd season on with FDJ2, bringing on FDJ3 along the way. So waiting it, you can see the team right there, the TMS team waiting, reviewing the replays, seeing the results, because they don't have a TV or anything over there unless they have their own. But yeah, let's see how it's going to be for them for the TMS Racing, Team Cylon Tire, BMW with Kazumi Takahashi, along with Tetsuya Hibino, how his team's going to be with the Good Ride Motorsports. Judges are still reviewing. They're checking out the other camera angles that they have to utilize to make sure they get every single bit of information needed to make the right call. And the anticipation building right there, Yamashta viewing in on someone on the teammate's phone. Yamashta drives the other E92 BMW powered by a 2J. Last year he was in a JZX 100, but he moved on and now he's in this new platform. So we'll see how it's going to go. All huddled around waiting for the results. And here's the drone overview, trying to see how many tires were dipped out. I think they're looking at outer zone 3 now. You can see that huge washout. They're trying to see if it was 4 tires or 3 tires dipped out or not on that outer zone 3, I believe, by Hibino in his lead run. So we'll see. talk about the suspense buildup for the last run. Is it going to be a one more time? Still waiting on the results. So yeah, next weekend, like I said, FDJ 2, FDJ 3, and then we'll be off for about a month. And our next event won't be till the late July, the 21st to the 23rd. We're gonna have all FDJ rounds, and that's gonna be at Sugo, one of our big international tracks like this. So we're gonna be getting this track in the books. We're gonna get Okuibuki, and then we're gonna get Okayama. So we'll see how this is going to go, what the mix is going to be on the final standings. Because like I said before, overall in the standings, Hiroya Minoa was in the lead at 173. Masanori Kohashi was at 153. And then Kanta and Matsuyama were at 122 in points. So definitely a lot of mixes because none of them made it to the grade 8. So we're going to see what's going to happen here with these drivers moving up in points. But at the same time, Minoa is going to catch a little bit more points off of getting first in qualify. So it looks like they came with a verdict. We're awaiting for it to be projected on the screen to y'all.
The suspense is over. We made a decision.
Why am I saying it's going to get projected on the screen? If you see it projected on the screen, then we obviously know it's going to go down. It's going to be a one more time battle. But if these drivers start driving away, it looks like, oh, there you are. They came up with a verdict. We have the results in. We're going to have the drivers line up. They're still waiting for the suspense. They don't know the results either. Ready to get this announced.
All right, so we will be announcing the drivers here. Once they pull up, we'll be making the calls. We did come up with the winner. We do have a winner, and like your guys' votes, same. It's very close. Very close. But there was a few mistakes made by both of the drivers in the lead position and also in the chase position. And some of the one of the mistake might have been from the track condition too, to be honest. But that's something that we just can't. We can't predict that, and we're just gonna have to go with what we see
on the track and on the replays. But hey, thank y'all for tuning in with us, staying with us late. It's 3:40 p.m. here, local in Japan. I know the crazy hours all around the world. Shout out to my family that's watching. Some of my friends out in Texas that are checking me out too. Appreciate that for the support.
And shout out to Christine.
Oh, and
my wife Christine. She might be watching. I don't know.
Oh yeah, and then shout out to Kevin.
And also the FDUSA guys. I'll be seeing you guys in about 2 weeks, and everybody who's going to be coming out to New Jersey. That's going to be a pro spec and pro round. It's going to be a long weekend, but it's going to be really exciting. So make sure you're out there. If you're on the East Coast, come and visit and check that out and watch the live stream if you can't. And you'll be seeing me and Sean there. So come say what's up and say, if we did a horrible job here, just let us know there.
Perfect time to let them know. But yeah, definitely he's a busy man. Just came back from Mongolia last week, coming into this round. And then we're going to Ebisu next week for the J2, J3 series. He's going back to the States, and he's coming back for, I think, another event, and then we'll roll into Sugo, which is going to be a huge event with all Formula Drift Japan series. We got the Pro, J2, and J3. So I see y'all commenting out here. They got us the mic because they love our voice, so they want to hear us on the PA system. So we'll be going and announcing these drivers once they roll up on who wins this round of the G-Shock Presents Formula Drift Japan Series here at Fuji International Speedway.
Hey, I have it right here. But I won't tell you. I'll tell you in a minute. I'll tell you in a minute. How about that?
You could text it as an anonymous person in here.
Well, it's
They
one or
won't
the
know,
other. There's
yeah.
a lot, so there's a lot. Yeah, you know what? Kind of started off bumpy here in Fuji, but it ended up becoming, very clear out. I cannot complain about the weather that we had today. A lot of smoke, and maybe things would be different if it was wet because, the slippery surface and also no smoke being here, so very easier to see. But I think they are bringing the top 3 vehicles in front of here, our judging stand, and also...
Man, 1, 2 a.m., I don't know how y'all do it. I'd be passed out right now. I'm half asleep already inside. Suspense is killing me too. I just want to make the announcement,
Well, we already know who third is, but...
Yeah, thanks for some of the new followers out there too.
Oh, yeah?
The love and support by y'all.
Word?
You guys should go follow Robbie's YouTube channel.
No,
yes,
I don't
we announced it like
that. I don't even update it that much.
He needs to.
I have to. I have a lot of things. I have a lot of data that I caught.
He tries to.
He's
He's catering.
I'm just lazy. I got to bring it and have it edited by my brother. But
yeah, that's a big thing.
Really
He caters to both Japanese and American, so he kind of like. He makes it understand for both parties, and it's pretty cool how he does it. Translates it or subtitles it and all that stuff. But
yeah, now they're playing with a camera.
Yeah, it's a little bit of cool information to the inside scoop, whether it's with Formula Drift US, Formula Drift Japan, or just the random projects that he never finishes.
Yeah, not much of the projects right now because
how busy
I've
you are.
probably been busy traveling more. So, but it is kind of repetitive when I kind of look into the cars at Formula Drift, because when there's a lot of cars, if you see the similar cars, you kind of want to see the backstory, but I don't want to get into like people's business too much and bother people too much because
he's a very humble person.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to get in front of you, and that's the gummy that Taniguchi is eating. He's
Keeping
eating
him awake.
snacks. Yeah, he's eating snacks. You guys are
On
concerned with what he's eating right now?
Yeah, he's on the Japanese live stream and the PA system talking to the crowd out here.
Yeah, so tell me what's in your mouth right now. That's what they're doing right there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So here we go. The top 3 cars are coming back to one of the main turns here.
All right, looks like they're lining up.
Yeah, I know. It's like, get ready.
They're ready to fight.
We're building the suspense here.
Exactly.
I need to get some sound effects in my phone. Like actually do the applause and yeah, that'd be kind of awesome. Yeah, so right here we have Sobakiri, Takahashi, and Hibino all lined up here. So we're gonna go ahead and all right, so we're gonna go ahead and announce you the top 3 podium drivers here.
All right, they're building up a little bit more for me to make the announcements out here.
Just go. Just say it right now. All right, the winner goes to, because we're on the PA right now too. The winner goes to, we're waiting too, so guys, here we go, there we go. They had to get into the sentimental music.
All right, what a long-fought battle today by these drivers out here. We right now know who got third. You guys can see him. He did a phenomenal job, has been picking up the pace in the tandem battles, but here he is in the Shibata Racing Yokohama GR86, placing third, number 31, Kodai Sobakiri.
So Kodai Sobakiri is on the podium, and that's his third. All right, here we are, round 3 of Formula Drift Japan, Formula Drift Japan 第3戦 Fuji Speedway, here at the Fuji International Speedway. Driving the green car, 緑の車に乗っているドライバー。The winner goes to, driving the TMS Racing Team Silent Tire BMW E92 car number 36, Kazumi Takahashi gets the win. This is a back-to-back win. おめでとうございます。富士2回2連続優勝、高橋選手、高橋和美選手、おめでとうございます。そして2位は obviously second place goes to car number 111 driving the Good Ride Motorsports RZ34, the veteran driver, it's Tetsuya Hibino. Second place 準優勝はグッドライトモータースポーツ RZ34 ベテランの日比野哲也選手です。3名様おめでとうございます。 Congratulations to all 3 drivers.
Wow, what a suspense. I was waiting for you to say, like, who's driving the VR-powered car. You had a lot, but, yo, what a suspense build up for these two. Congratulations. Like I said, Kazumi Takahashi took it last year, but let's get an interview by the winner of round 3 here at Fuji International Speedway.
Yeah, I like to.
はい、ありがとうございます。去年に引き続きこの富士ラウンドを勝つことができて本当に嬉しいし、常に万全の状態で走らせてくれた本当チームのおかげだと思うんで、チームに携わってくれたスポンサー様みんな本当にチーム一丸となって勝ち取った勝利だと思うんで、本当に皆さんに感謝したいです。
And being able to win the round 2 times in a row here at Fuji is very impressive, and I'm very, very happy. And I would like to thank my team so much for making this happen for me. So thank you to all, and thank you to my team.
俺が日比野だ。はい。いや準優勝、はい。嬉しいです正直。今年からグッドライドのチームに入れてもらったですね。本当に新車っていうものを与えていただき、パフォーマンスができる時とできない時があって、ちょっと本当に苦労はしてました正直。その中でもメカニックが毎回直してくれて走ることができたんで、今回ここまで来れることができました。でそれを支援してくれているスポンサーの方々、本当に感謝しかないです。でチームの皆さん本当にありがとうございます。でチェンジありがとうね。で今回はここまで来れたんですけど、やっぱりチームでここを並びたいですよね、グッドライドだけで。はい、でベスト4で本当にねやりたかったんですけど、今回届かなかったので次回頑張りたいと思います。チームのみんな頑張ろうね。ありがとうございました。
Yeah, so that was second place. He said he is very happy, and this is the first time he's driving with the Good Ride team this year. It's a new car, and he didn't perform well until now. And he said, the mechanics worked really hard, and the team worked really hard, and they made it this far. And he's thankful to his sponsors and his team. And he said he came this far, but
はい
not all the way to the top. So he
まず
said, "Let's
応
do
援に来て
this
くれ
to
た
his
皆
team."
様ありがとうございました。正直嬉しい気持ちもあり、すごい悔しいです。でも、今年から僕も GR86 新車で去年とまた別の車両で参戦するにあたって本当たくさんの方が、協力してくれて寝ずに作業してくれて走って車でもう3戦目ですごいいい車の仕上がりだったんで優勝したかったんですけど、優勝できなくて悔しい気持ちと本当に感謝している気持ちがあります。で今回の富士スピードウェイで、観客席で柴田社長をはじめチームの皆さんがこう応援ボードを作って、応援してくれてたっていうパワーも受け継いで優勝したかったんですけど、ちょっとそれが叶わなくて悔しいです。はい。
Yeah, Sobakiri said it's a bittersweet feeling because he's thankful and happy that he made it on the podium, but also wanted the first place win. This is the third round for them with a brand new car in the GR86. He said he has to thank the mechanics and the team for putting together a car for him to be able to make good runs, and he's thankful, but actually sad that he's not first. He wanted to bring the win to the team, but he also wants to thank his team owner, Mr. Shibata, and the team, cheering him on. And this time it's not first, but he's going to try harder for the next time. So just a lot of thank yous to all the teams and the drivers and the unsung heroes behind the scene. So here's a recap how I felt this round. I mean, the usuals, let's say. It might be a bad way to say it, but the usuals were all knocked out, which I'm saying the championship guys who were in the top 5, top 3 actually, the championship were all knocked out. Sobakiri's probably going to move up a lot because he was, I think he was somewhat in the higher mix in the championship.
Yeah,
Hibino also being a veteran, coming all the way, driving several cars in the past and coming back and doing a dynamic run like that at outside zone 2 looks great. And Takahashi, it may be tactics, but the way he drove the car, he was able to drive it from the bottom to the top, pretty much the same way all the way, and made the win here again at Fuji. So that's 2 rounds in a row at Fuji win for Takahashi. Congratulations to all 3 of the drivers.
Exactly, and like Robbie was saying, yeah, Tetsuya Hibino, he's sitting 11th overall before this round. But Takahashi, he was sitting at 6, so this is definitely going to boost him up, and he might be in the top 3 runnings for points overall. And then you got Koldai Sobakiri right behind him sitting at 8th. So these 3 drivers are definitely obviously going to be moving up in the point standing, but we're going to see how far they're going to move up here shortly.
Yes, and since we're at an international track, we got to thank Fuji Speedway for letting us use this venue. Very beautiful facility, all the pits and everything. You got to come and visit once because this is like you could literally lick off the ground and eat your food because it's very clean here. But at the same time, the track is in good condition all the time, and we are leaving black marks all over the place, but we do have to leave our marks here as a drift family. And hopefully we'll be back again here next year. But the next round we're going to is going to be at Sugo. It's way up north, and also that's also a nice facility up there. It's a big track. So a lot of these drivers are probably going to have to come in with a lot of the horsepower and a lot of the strong will of driving, taking a risk and coming in hot from outside zone 1 from initiation. We did see a couple of drivers that had the separation from the run-up. And we're going to have to think over things, how we're going to approach this track next year to avoid that as well. So special thanks to, Sean over here for flying all over from the U.S. to come and judge Formula Japan. And Kenny, thank you for, carrying the team all the time on the mic. And those of you watching the live stream, thank you so much. Cannot appreciate anything else more than that. But, Formula Japan family and the FD USA family, we'll see you guys soon again. And thank you for the support. And we'll be back again for the next round. Exactly.
Like he said, all summed up. Thank you guys out there. I see the shout outs right here. You guys are giving us the round of applause for the announcers. I appreciate that. It's a lot of work for Robbie to do judging and announcing, so hats off to him. Next weekend, though, he's going to be working double time because he has to translate too. So hopefully we'll see y'all on the live chat and everything next weekend.
I just sit here and push buttons.
I mean, that is kind of easy, but using your mind into it, I guess, makes it a little harder. But yeah, thanks to the FD staff that stayed up, making this chat happen, making the live stream happen.
Thank you, Joyce.
Yes, thank you. You are a lifesaver over there.
You are an angel. And there you go. There's Takahashi's actually father there. And right here, a young driver making it to the top here. 2 times 2 events in a row at Fuji. He's got this place down.
He really does.
So here you go, the aerial view of the vehicles. The GR86 third place Sobakiri, RZ34 Hibino, and the E92 Takahashi. And now the next schedule, we have Formula Drift FD J2, J3 round 2 in June 17th, 18th at FEC Circuit. So we'll be there next weekend, like Kenny told us. Sean won't be meeting us there, but we're going to have a special guest there. A former FD USA judge is going to be judging with us again. And the G-Shock presents Formula Drift Japan. Round 4 is going to be July 22 to 23 at Sportsland Sugo, which is up north in Sendai. If you are in the area, make sure you get your tickets. Come on out and say what's up to us. And also, if you can't make it out to either of the events, make sure you're on the live stream again. We'll be telling you what time everything's going to happen again on the live stream. I'm sorry, the social media, the Formula Drift Japan. So make sure you're checking that out too. So thank you very much, and I'll just go ahead and get quiet.
Thank you all, and we are about to sign off now. Once again, tune in later if you want. Check out replays. If you have any complaints, message Robbie. And that's pretty much it. That's a wrap, y'all.
Message Sean. That's a wrap. See you guys again. Peace out.
See ya. Bye.
Thank you, Sean.
Bluetooth 搭載 G-Shock Casio The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valentine.
究極の静かさと安全性オンロードオフロード世界中で活躍するケンダその信頼を支える静音性安定性と対摩耗性世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りでも高品質と納得の価格タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたにケンダ
バリのタイヤ。
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
Made in Japan. Breed.
Had a brand new bending unit all the way through, just throws a on the early
In a world of extreme, this is where they're refined. The real deal. Cusco.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC